what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Katie Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Katie Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Oh, wow. The music end already? Man. Hey, folks, you're going to have to give me another minute. Hold on, please.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Chesapeake.
Oh, wow. Here he comes.
Let me show you what I mean now. By the first thing you do is get right up in their face, you point the finger. Then if you can't get close enough, you turn the hand around and kick some dirt. And then if he's missed a strike, you get over here and you put dirt all over the thing. You throw the hat down, you pick it up, you throw it, and then you're so bad, you throw him out of the game. You're out of here.
That's the way a major league manager should.
I learned something, buddy boy.
Craig Albanese, did you hear that? Listen again, Craig.
Oh, wow. Here he
Let me
comes.
show you what I mean now. By the first thing you do is get right up in their face, you point the finger. Then if you can't get close enough, you turn the hand around and kick some dirt. And then if he's missed a strike, you get over here and you put dirt all over the thing. You throw the hat down.
You hear that,
pick
Craig?
It up, you throw it, and then you're so bad, you throw him out of the game. You're out of here.
You put dirt all over the thing.
That's the way a major league manager
I
should.
learned something, buddy boy.
You put dirt all over the thing, Craig. That's what you do.
I apologize for Baltimore. I apologize for Baltimore. I apologize for Baltimore.
Baltimore, you are seeing history being made today.
Orioles magic,
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be playing the Seattle Mariners in the final game of a 4-game series here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short, and this is the BirdWatcher Channel that is now sitting on over 5,000 birdwatchers. Folks, 5,000. I mean, we've had some turnouts here at the ballpark. Not much more than that. How about that, folks? We got there last night. The Orioles were able to win in the process. It was a good night. We had another great start from Brandon Young. He has been a blessing. Leody Taveras helping out again at the plate. He's been a blessing. I think if I had to vote right now, the unlikely arm and bat / glove that has helped this team this season that we probably weren't expecting much of, if anything, those are those guys, Taveras and Brandon Young. Brandon Young looking good. Was it 7 shutout innings? Let's keep it going with Brandon Young. Forever young, folks. Forever young. May he always remain forever young. The Orioles have a chance to split this series after dropping the first 2, and we really need to. You don't need me to explain the difference between going 2-2 versus 1-3. It's just a 1-game difference, but it's a big difference. It just is. It's weird how that works, but it is a big difference. A little bit of a later start time tonight. I don't know if there's going to be a rain delay or not. Maybe if any of you in the Charm City chat right now live right in the Baltimore city or county or neighboring counties, you can give me a little bit of a weather report. I'm going to open up Rock Kabatko's Twitter page right now and see if there's anything about that. Nope. Nothing here. But while I'm on Rock's Twitter feed, let me inform you folks that Ryan Helsley began his rehab assignment this afternoon for Norfolk, and he did just fine. He pitched 1 inning like you would expect, and he struck out the side. He gave up something in there, either a hit or a walk, but he struck out all 3 batters that he got out. So good work there for Helsley. Meanwhile, Dean Kramer, speaking of arms, Dino threw a live BP session today in Sarasota. 2 ups, and the report is that he felt good. Also, there was another note about Dino that I think I saw in the larger article here that I wish I could have remembered off the top of my head. Let me see if I can scan for it. No, I guess it was the Helsley news. By the way, Tommy Pham, remember how we added him to the AAA side for some depth, maybe a guy to go to, a veteran, either for injury replacement or just give the lineup a punch. But Pham's been with the team now for a couple of weeks, and in 16 games, he's only batting a 197, OPS under 700, 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout in Game 1 of the doubleheader Norfolk's playing today. So doesn't look like Tommy Pham is going to provide much, but Colton Cowser is getting better in the process. That's a lefty outfielder bat versus a righty. I guess they're not one and the same, but regardless, right now, I'm really not worried about the outfield as long as you got Ward in left, Cowser and Taveras taking up center and right. That works for me. You got a right-handed bat, a left-handed bat, and a switch-hitting bat. And play them all every day. You got one of each. Just make it work. I don't care. It doesn't always have to be righty-heavy or lefty-heavy. Just give me the best players right now. And until Dylan Beavers comes back, I know Tyler O'Neill's hit a couple of doubles here in his last couple of games. And I know the Orioles are going to continue to find ways to put him in the lineup until he's just not with the team anymore. But I would much rather, again, go with the players that give you something, you know? Even when Cowser's struggling, he always gave you good defense, right? When he would get on base, he's a pretty good base runner. You just would rather have that than a guy that when you need him to produce, he's not producing. And that contract just continues to linger on our payroll. Not very happy about that. Here, Garrett Family Aquatics has just sent in a pregame super chat. By the way, this game, I guess once again, I'm going to have to bring it up over here. I don't get it. This USB cable that I use, I don't know what the other end of it is. A mini HDMI mini or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, whatever this cable I got specifically to hook up my laptop and use the TV monitor for watching the ball game on. Well, now what is going on? That cable just on a given day will decide to crap out. Sometimes. Well, okay. Well, now I'm confused. Damn it. First pitch is what, 9 minutes away? If we are on time, folks, I'm going to need a minute to figure out what the hell I did wrong. Enjoy more. Take me out to the ball game. I'm going to be back. I'll cut it off when I'm ready. All right. 1 minute. Thanks again, Garrett Family Aquatics.
Baseball mad, had the fever and had it bad. Just to root for the hometown crew, every Sioux, Katie Blue. On a Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take
So
me out with
it
the
is
crowd.
cable,
Buy me some
folks.
peanuts and Cracker Jack. I
A-
don't care if I
a
never
cable,
get back. Let me
right?
root.
A cord, a power cord, or whatever, extension cord. These things are inanimate objects, right? They don't have a life of their own. They're not animated. They're not able to move without somebody or something moving it. So why is it when I hook up this damn cable and I can see that the connection is good, I'm looking at the screen and what I want is there, and then it's like, all right, I just plugged it into the laptop. It's up on the screen. So the only thing I did was plug it in the laptop. But so then why, once it's plugged in, does it black out on me? And I have to sit there and jiggle the other end of the cable or unplug it and plug it back in, and then it's there. Like if it's there, and if it's an inanimate object, it should just stay there. Yeah, I know, atoms and particles, ions, everything's just floating around. Everything's actually moving, folks. Even things that aren't alive. Everything moves. But come on, are you meaning to tell me that this thing is plugged in just so, or just the tiniest, like, electron movement makes or breaks this connection? I mean, come on. Either just completely crap out on me or stay on. I am sick of this cat and mouse game with this cable. Folks, you ever have cable problems? Like physical cable, not like TV cable, whatever. Can I get back to the baseball thing? Okay. Folks, World Cup started today. Probably about 10% of you care. This is the sport that I was a professional writer about for over a decade. And the end of that run is what led me to start this channel. I do love me global football. I do love the World Cup, but this is really the first time since probably the 1990 World Cup, or 86, I guess would be. 90 is when I first really started getting into it. I was 13, and the U.S. hosted, 94? So that was exciting. First time hosting since, and bound to be the final time my home country hosts the World Cup while I'm alive. I mean, it's only once every 4 years. Everybody gets a turn. And if you look at the history of this tournament, the odds of it returning back to the United States while I'm still around are pretty much non-existent. So part of me is like not really into this year's World Cup. I haven't been following the sport like I used to because I've fully dedicated myself to the Orioles and using all of my time and interest in anything sports related and to just trying to learn more about the Orioles. study more about the Orioles. But, folks, the World Cup is good stuff. I love the country versus country thing. Great storylines are made. If you don't like the sport, you don't like the sport. I get it, but don't hate. This is like that conversation about the Beatles we had a couple of weeks ago. Folks, if you don't like the Beatles, that's fine. Nobody's going to make you like something you don't like. But for God's sakes, don't hate on them. And don't get all weird just because a very, very large amount of people all over the world love it and you don't. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, it's a huge event for a reason. People love their football. I'm sorry, soccer. Hey, let's get back to baseball, folks. I'm jumping all over the place. The pitching matchup tonight's going to be a dandy. Kyle Bradish up against Bryan Woo. Bradish record is 3-7. His ERA is under 4, though. It's actually not far off of Woo's right now. He has a 3.89 ERA against Woo's 3.74. And either Bradish has been somewhat fortunate with his ERA or Woo has been a bit unlucky because despite the ERAs being relatively close, the whip is pretty far apart. Woo with a flat 1 whip, 1.00, 1 base runner exactly per inning, while Bradish is at 1.51. That is a base runner and a half per inning. That is 50% more base runners every single inning. How do you get there? Well, let's see. Woo has pitched 8 1/3 more innings than Bradish while giving up 6 less hits and 22 less walks, striking out 75 batters in 77 innings. He's given up 7 home run balls. Bryan Woo might be the best arm in this Mariner rotation. When we look back at the end of the season, I think he was probably their best last year. If you look at the numbers, going to be a tough one here. Trying to get a split. We need the offense to be ready to go. And folks, speaking of offense, guess what? After 3 straight games without Adley Rutschman or Samuel Basallo in the lineup, both are back in there tonight. The lineup looks strong to me. Let's go over it. First, for the visiting Seattle Mariners, Cole Young will lead off and play second base. Julio Rodriguez in center field will bat second. Josh Naylor at first base hitting third. Randy Arozarena, the cleanup hitter in left field. Luke Raley, the right fielder, batting fifth. Dominic Canzone DHing and hitting sixth. Miles Mastrobuoni, third baseman, batting seventh. Johnny Pareda, the catcher, hitting eighth. And is that Colt Emerson? Emerson, shortstop, batting ninth. Yes, Colt. Folks, why am I looking at SportsCenter? It is now 1 minute until the top of the hour, and this game is supposed to start first pitch at the top of the hour. I'm looking at something else. I'm looking at something else. Time to do a little exploring, folks. Let me bring up this side of the page over here. And as soon as we see somebody in the batter's box, there could be some kind of weather-related delay here or something else to explain this. Let me check back in on Rock's Twitter feed to see if there's anything about a delay. I don't see anything. Oh, here we are. Mariners at Orioles tonight at 7. Well, it is 7. Countdown to game time, 30 seconds. But it is game time. So ESPN just lies. If this is an ESPN game, they don't tell you the time of first pitch. They tell you the time they want you to turn on their network so that they can squeeze in a couple of commercial breaks before the actual first pitch. What is the point of giving us a first pitch time if it ain't really the first pitch? Just another thing that annoys me. Just more greed. Just another little sneaky, slimy way to make a few more shekels and be deceptive like this. Folks, so I guess it'll be a couple of minutes before first pitch. Here's the deal. If you are going to be watching along with me, what you're going to want to do is get synced up with me. The odds are you're going to be ahead of me if you are watching this game on some sort of device. So in order to work around it, what you do is just pause your game right after the first pitch, okay? Right after the first pitch, ball or strike, or if it's put in play, let that play itself to a completion. And as soon as that happens, you're going to pause your game, and I'm going to catch up and call that play, that first pitch. And as soon as I've called it, you unpause your game, and now you're synced up with me and everybody else for the rest of the night. Taking a look at the ESPN booth tonight, Kevin Brown moonlighting for ESPN. We haven't seen a whole lot of Kevin Brown on Masson lately. We've seen Ryan Ripken, though. There's that. And maybe if I look quickly, I can get some word from Ryan about what it's like to have Kevin Brown not calling games for us on a regular basis lately, but you're showing up to the game. I mean, is there anything that might... Boy, am I trying to buy enough time here or what? Man, does he upload on Twitter a bunch. Oh, there he is. What's up, Brian?
And the offense, they had chances of an inning. They had who they wanted. Yeah, man, it is what it is, but you know how I feel. I think.
Okay. All right. Well, that's how Ryan feels about it. Folks, who knows when first pitch is? I hate this. I don't know how much time I have to fill in here. Let me refresh. I think there's some other games already underway. No, there's a lot of games that are final today. What is this, Thursday? All right, well, I'll say this. I guess we're going to have a pretty captive audience. There's one other game starting in about half an hour. That's the Braves and the White Sox. And there's one other game that's underway now, Dodgers and Pirates. We're the only other game in town besides those two, and one of them, again, not starting for a little while. Dodgers and Pirates are scoreless in the top of the second. Here are some finals from earlier today. The Marlins shut out the Diamondbacks 2-0. The Tigers trounced the Twins. You like that alliteration? 11-zip. The Mets edged out the Cardinals 5-4. Rangers doubled up the Royals 4-2, and the Cubs beat up on the Rockies 9-3. So it is a truncated schedule, getaway game, travel day for a lot of teams. Typically, these days are when you play day games. So, yeah, it's pretty rare. A rare night game with a later start time at home than normal in a weekday game. Not sure, and I guess it all has to do with ESPN. So it's all an ESPN thing. So the only way the Orioles are going to have a starting time that's actually normal for a night game so that people can, go home from work, get ready, come to the ball game, maybe not have to go straight from work. 7 o'clock seems a lot better than 6:35. And it's going to be more than it's already 7:05, folks. Don't know when this game's starting. Hey, it does give a chance to check in with the Charm City chat. Everybody, we got over 100 people here right now. Folks, do me a favor, hit that like button while I say hello to all of you. 36 likes, 112 people. Come on. Let's go. You know how this thing works. A gentle reminder should be all that's necessary to see those likes get to 50 before I'm done reading off these names. Alan is here. Anita, George, Robert, Edward, Daniel, Owen, and Rob. Did I say you already? I didn't. I'm really bad at this. Rob is here. Chilo, Matthew, Phantom, Jose, Rob A. If I'm saying that right. Rob A. Joseph. Rob A. saying he lives like 15 minutes away from the ballpark and it's hot as balls. It's like 90 degrees. He says, if you know Baltimore weather, when the humidity is high, thunder and rain is always possible. Yeah, just out of nowhere. Yeah, so there could be some weather delay during the game tonight, but probably one of those 10-minute downpours that moves on kind of a thing. God, I do not miss, even though I live in a part of the world where, there's plenty of heat and a pretty good amount of humidity. I've never been anywhere. Well, let me take that back. Beaufort, South Carolina. I don't know if anyone here has ever been to Beaufort, South Carolina. It's basically right at the bottom. They got some nice islands off the coast there. There's a turtle preserve out there, a turtle nature preserve that I went out there and did like a documentary shoot on. And it was like, I've never been into like the Amazon rainforest. I've never been somewhere where the humidity is like basically 800%, but that was what I had to deal with in Beaufort. But yeah, humidity is disgusting. It is nasty. I hate it. I can take dry heat. I can take it. I always thought when people said, oh, it's a dry heat, I always thought that was just some BS because I'd never been out to like Arizona before until I was in my mid-20s. But yeah, I've been to Arizona. I've been in 90-degree weather in Phoenix. It don't feel the same. You feel me, folks? But when it's hot and it's humid in the mid-Atlantic, it is nasty. Absolutely nasty. Worse than Thailand gets, even when Thailand is at its worst. Folks. Anyway, what to talk about? Well, apparently, first of all, can I get a little bit of an acknowledgement? Maybe I need to go back into the Discord for this because I want one of those petty pats on the back. Folks, can I yeah, nobody replied to that post at all. Can I then I would like to lobby for some pats on BW's back when it comes to what I think is a pretty touchy subject because, look, we all look at Sammy Basayo and, if you're watching him up there hitting, you can see that he's got a special bat. He has got a guy that can give you an OPS of 1,000 over multiple seasons. Like a guy hitting cleanup for the next 12 years kind of a hitter. But who was the first person to call him out for, basically not being able to handle minor aches and pains and kind of over dramatizing or overreacting to some of these knocks and niggles that every baseball player has to get? Every foul ball by a hitter at the plate when he's back there that hits off his thigh or something. It's like a 4-minute panic. He makes it look like he's going through cardiac arrest. Well, guess what? I pointed this shit out like 2 months ago, right? When I first started noticing it, I pointed it out immediately. And it's not easy, folks. Because a lot of people, I'm sure, are very protective. He's young. He's supposed to be a stud. And you don't want to have a young stud with the reputation of being soft. But, folks, this is why I do this. And this is why I work in sports, whether it's writing or announcing or whatever it is I've done. It has always been an effort to get to the truth of things. To get past that sugar coating of things, even if it's the kind of news you don't want to hear. And unfortunately, I feel like we live in a world right now where people just sort of find a little pocket of the internet where They know the information that they're getting is just what they want to hear. Whether it's true or not, it's what they want to hear, so they stay in that bubble so that they only hear what they want. I'm not that guy. Sometimes I'm going to tell you some things that aren't easy to hear. And Sammy's sort of lack of toughness is one of those things. But there's more to the story about that, as Kyle Bradish is still getting ready, taking up his warm-up tosses on the main mound right now. Orioles wearing their black jersey tops tonight with the white pants. So on top of the Sammy thing, we've come to learn, at least hearing the words from Jim Palmer about it, that Craig Albanez, the reason why these last 3 games, Sammy's not been in the starting lineup along with Adley. We knew the reason for Adley. Adley had a sore hamstring. Apparently he's good to go tonight, enough to at least DH. But Sammy, we knew that he was available in some capacity because twice in those 3 games we brought him in late because we needed a big bat in a big spot to try to come back and win or whatever, which proves that he was available. So basically, we came to learn that Sammy was sat. He was benched because Albanez, who was a former catcher, probably has a certain level of demand he expects out of a catcher in terms of toughness. Albanez apparently decided now was the time to teach Sammy a lesson. Well, I blame Albie for bad timing because, again, if you listen to me, I was pointing this out about Basayo a long time ago, several weeks, and it kind of felt like that Albanez finally decided to make a gesture just because the Orioles started winning finally. We won like 10 out of 14, and right after that stretch of positive baseball, perhaps our best stretch of baseball all year, he decides to bench Sammy in back-to-back games. Just the timing of it wasn't right. The lesson may need to be taught, but you don't want to hurt the team in the process, folks. I'll get more into it in a minute. First pitch of the ball game's coming up right now. Cole Young at the plate, and the pitch is right down the middle from Bradish for strike 1. We are underway in the 4th and final game of this series, Orioles and Mariners. So first pitch actually about 12 or 13 minutes after the hour. ESPN lied. Next pitch, a swing and a miss on a curveball, just about in the dirt, 0-2 on Young. He's batting .248. There seems to be something. It doesn't look as clear out there. Here's a ball hit to right field and deep, looking up, and Taveras is going to watch it go for a home run. Oh, my goodness. Opening batter home run off of Bradish. Cole Young with his 5th of the season. I got to see how this got out. It caromed off of the wall below the flag court. So how did it get out? It must have bounced somewhere beyond the boundaries of Fantasia. Why am I looking at the previous pitch where he swung and missed? By the way, that pitch that he hit that home run ball on was below the zone. So Bradish didn't throw a bad pitch there. That was not a fat pitch at all. But I'd like to see again where this ball landed. They won't show me that one time. Never got a chance to see where the ball landed. Okay. Here is Julio Rodriguez. Mariners up 1-0 after one batter. And Julio already with a count of 0-2 after a swing and a miss. Humidity carrying the ball. This one is fouled back by J-Rod. Still 0-2. I would expect so. But I just, again, that Cole Young home run just now, I'd like to see exactly where that ball hit. Because it just sort of came into the camera as it was bouncing off of something onto the field of play. It hit the top of the old grounds crew and bounced back. Okay, so we know at the top of that shed area is a home run. I thought it hit something higher up and then maybe hit that and then came back. But it landed straight on there? Okay. 1-2 pitch is served in a center field for a base hit. Kyle Bradish, 2 batters, 2 hits to start the night. Very concerning. About the only positive thing you can say at this point is that the order is the way you want it. A home run and then a single. If it's the other way around, it's 2-0 already. Still nobody out. Please let this be one of those, I need a couple of batters to find my groove, and then the rest of the night I'm good kind of a situation. Here's a called strike to Josh Naylor, who appears to give the home plate umpire a bit of a stare after that call. Not sure why players still do that with the ABS system, but home plate umpire tonight, by the way, is Emil Jimenez. 0-1 is fouled off by Naylor. 0-2 the count. Nobody out. Seattle already had 1-0 in the top of the first. Another runner on at first base. Folks, we now have 100 more people here than we have likes. So for you 100 folks that haven't hit the like button, could you do everybody, myself included, a favor for the benefit of the channel and its growth? Hit that thumbs up, please, at the bottom of your screen. Let's get those likes up to 100. We're working our way there. 0-2 on Naylor. Double play ball would be nice. The pitch outside, 99 on that sinker from Bradish. Well, he's got velocity tonight. He does have the velocity tonight, a 99 sinker there. I don't know if Bradish has ever hit triple digits, if I've ever recalled him doing that. 1-2 pitch off the plate again, this time the straight heater at 98. 2-2 on Naylor. Get in your Naylor puns for the night, folks. Get him in quick. 2-2, Naylor lays off one in the dirt. A curveball, full count. And this is a big moment in the ballgame. I mean, Bradish cannot afford to give up a third straight base runner to start the ballgame. It's only going to make us think even more that he just doesn't have it tonight. Come on, buddy. Come up with a good payoff pitch. Here it is. Back up the middle. Right to Gunner. He'll step on second for one. Naylor doesn't run fast. And that will be a double play, folks. BW won a double play. BW got a double play. Gunner. Most folks say it's a 6-3 double play, but if you're scoring, it's officially 6-6-3. Folks, here's Randy Arozarena, 2 down, nobody on. The first pitch is taken for a strike. There you go, Naylor. I just met her. Well, that's the best time, Phantom, to be honest. See, when you say you hardly know her, that gets you off the hook. Just met her. Hell, go to town, man. Folks. I don't know what I'm talking about. The count is 0-2 on Arozarena, who's hitting .294. Rob has lost audio. Okay. Well, you haven't lost text. I can see your audio or your text. Fouled straight back. Still 0-2 on Randy Arozarena. Hey, Arozarena. Craig Albertnez. Folks, I think the main thing I want to say after I kind of gave up, here's a pitch that bounces far away. Curveball. 1-2 on Arozarena. I think the thing that I wanted to eventually get to regarding Albertnez is, look, I'm not giving up on Albertnez quite yet as the guy that could be the manager for this team. You know, he has to go through learning curves like a rookie player does. And he has made some mistakes. You wonder if he's going to learn from them. But really, the biggest red flag for me, and I cannot stress this enough, if you've heard me say it 8 times already, I'm sorry for beating a dead horse here. But dude has had a few situations this season where you just got to go out there, stick up for your team, say some 4-letter words, and get tossed. There's a swing and a miss. Arozarena strikes out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right. Bradish gives up a home run ball to the first. Oh, it just hit to the left of the tall wall. I mean, God, it just snuck in there. Ugh. 1 foot to the right, and it's a double. Ugh. And the way the rest of that inning went, you think maybe we get out of it without any harm. But the Mariners do get on the board. Folks, we go to the bottom of the first. Seattle 1. And the Orioles are coming up. Right. So, Albertnez. Buddy. Like you chose a time to basically reprimand Basayo. And again, I think he needs to address this with Sammy. It is something that has been bothering me now for a while. But there's been other things that have been bothering me for a while that either took too long to address or still remain unaddressed. You know? I mean, if you're going to bench Sammy for back-to-back games or whatever, we got a star player that I can think of that might deserve some sort of reprimand for not really doing the things that a star player should be doing, if that's the kind of label that he wants to carry. You know who I'm talking about. I don't know. I'm just worried that maybe Albertnez is not going to be able to get this team to buy in to whatever is going on there right now. But there is still time. Again, first-year manager. I've seen it before. But we are kind of in that area right now where it's like Albertnez needs to figure out the things that he's good at doing, the things that he's not good at doing. He needs to improve on them, and he needs to hurry up and do it. We need a better second half, and we need better management. And, of course, when you're talking about the big picture, Albertnez didn't hire himself. So if it doesn't work out with him, well, that's another tarred feather in the cap of one Mike Elias. Taylor Ward just fouled back the first pitch, folks. We are back underway. Bottom of the first. Ward, Gunnar, and Adley due up.
Taylor?
Ward hitting .261. And he looks at strike 2, a 96-mile-an-hour sinker from Woo. Now, Woo must have one of the better names when it comes to getting the crowd to make some noise for you, because anytime people get together and there's alcoholic beverages and what have you, inevitably, before the event is over, you're going to hear, "Woo! Woo!" Right? So he can't lose, really. Here's a check swing foul by Ward, still 1-2, leading off the bottom of the first. Yeah, folks, if you go back to the 90s and buy one of those Girls Gone Wild videos, you can hear Bryan Woo's name said about 8,000 times. Woo! Swing and a miss. Taylor Ward strikes out. The Orioles offense starts with a strikeout tonight. Folks, here comes Gunnar Henderson.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
Gunnar. Oh, yeah, the Ric Flair woo, of course. Yes. I do that one, but I do need to preserve my voice. We got another 2 hours and 40 minutes of this to go. Maybe at the end of the night. Gunnar takes inside, ball one. He's got a .220 average with 13 homers, 32 driven in. OPS is under 700. Not good enough, Gunnar. Come on, buddy. 1-0, hit to left. And that one's going to hang up there for Rosarena in fair territory, about one step from the left field foul line. He makes the catch. Two down for Adley. Very early to judge, just 7 pitches from Woo, but he looks like he's in his standard form, which is to say good. Here's Rutschman now, first time in the game since Sunday. That nightmare game, and he looks at strike one.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Well, Gunnar's OPS still lingers below 700. Adley's is well over 800 at 832. And a big cut and a miss. That was at 97 on the heater from Woo. 0-2 the count on Rutsch. 2 down, bases empty. Bottom of the first. I'm with you, BW. It's like they pipe it in. Pipe in what exactly there, Thomas? I already forgot. I say so many things, and then I look at the chat, and I have no idea what you're referencing. 0-2 pitch. Inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Folks, oh, did you want a bugle? I'm sorry. Here you go. Here comes the 1-2. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Adley Rutschman. Oh, Phantom going full caps. All right now. Let's see if it works. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. That ball outside. And a chase from Rutschman for the strikeout. The inning is over. The Orioles go 1-2-3. We go to the second. 1-0 Mariners. Folks, all right. I've got some brekkie over here. Brekkie. That's what us UK dudes, that's what we refer to it as. Brekkie. I'm going to have a little bit of my brekkie. I'll be right back. Thanks, everybody.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake.
Where you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
Got Bush. Wow. We've got Bush.
Chesapeake Bay when Monday the Monster.
Hey, folks, I got a question to ask. First of all, last night in Madison Square Garden, I didn't watch it, but I did watch a condensed highlight, fourth quarter replay, basically, of that insane 29-point comeback win by the Knicks over the Spurs in the NBA Finals last night. Folks, I got no love for the Knicks. I got no love for any New York sports team. But there's just some New York teams that I hate less than others. And in basketball, I grew up a Bullets fan, but, we stunk. We stunk every year. Continue to stink. So I just never really built up a large loyalty. And it's not just because of lack of winning. Just, I don't know. It's just, you can't have every sport be your number one sport, right? And growing up, baseball was number one, football was number two, hockey was number three, and basketball was fourth. And even then, college basketball I preferred over the NBA. By the way, we're underway with a 1-1 count to Luke Raley here in the top of the second. Bradish's 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss on a sinker on the outside edge. 1-2 on Raley, batting .249. So, when it came to the Bullets, now the Wizards, I didn't really have a big horse in that race. And a swing and a miss, a strikeout of Raley. Bradish with the K.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I mean, when I go back and I think about the days I used to watch the Bullets when we had like Bernard King and Jeff Malone, pretty much up until when we got like Chris Webber and George Murasan, that was pretty much my era of Bullets basketball. Once they got changed to the Wizards, once Jordan showed up to play, I was out of the area and just not following NBA at all. But did I have a point here? I think I did. Dominic Canzone with a count of 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch is hit foul off to the left. There is definitely a haze in the ballpark tonight. I don't know if it's the ESPN cameras that just make things look a little bit different, but it feels like there's not necessarily a fog, but just a haze on the field in the ballpark. It's noticeable once a ball's put into play in the air here. The 1-1 to Canzone is outside. 2 balls and a strike. So, yeah. I think what I was trying to say was that I don't really have much hatred for the Knicks, just basically because there's never been much of a rivalry, at least one that I've ever felt. I'm trying to sit here right now and recall when I would watch the Bullets regularly, like who was our main rival? Was it the Sixers, maybe? Would you say it was the Sixers? I don't think it was the Knicks. Eastern Conference team, but the count, by the way, now 3-2 on Canzone. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the second. Long story short, folks, because I don't really have a lot of hatred for the Knicks and the fact that they have gone over half a century since their last championship, I do want to see the Knicks, especially with that 29-point comeback last night, pull it off. There's a swing and a miss. Canzone strikes out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Shohei Ohtani has just gone yard in Pittsburgh. 3-0 Dodgers there. 2 down, nobody on for the Mariners. And Mastroboni looks at a called strike, a curveball from Bradish. Or if the Knicks, after that amazing win last night, still find a way to blow the series up 3-1, I'd be probably laughing about that too. So really, it's a win-win situation for the NBA Finals. And while I wrap up talking about basketball for the first and possibly last time on the channel, let me ask the Charm City chat one question here. We got a 1-1 count on Master Boney. The pitch is called a strike. Hit that outside corner at the knees. Good location for Bradish. Strike 2, 2 down. Let's get out of the inning. Bradish on 33 pitches. Folks, as far as I know, and believe me, I realize that things in sports have changed in the over 10 years I've been living in Thailand. But as far as I know, the NBA Finals, you know, the final series of the playoffs, here's a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Basayo will have to toss it to Alonso to complete the strikeout, and he does. The inning is over. Bradish with his 4th K through 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Mariners.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, so it's a win-win situation as a not really caring too much about basketball guy for the Knicks. Either they finally get the monkey off their back. We all know what it's like to go half a century without winning. We're getting too damn close to being that as the Orioles. We got 6 or 7 more seasons before we're carrying that half century of, futility badge. I don't want that. Oh, I'm still off camera. Sorry, folks. I'm sorry. How you doing, everybody? Oh, Janet's here. Wait, if Janet's here, I'm just going to go back off camera then. Forget it. Janet's just here for her dimple fix. Janet has a clear dimple fetish. And I, for one, am not going to feed her fetish. No siree. In fact, I've already got a cosmetic surgery planned next month to remove these dimples. I'm going to have them filled in. I'm going to have my dimples filled in. I was given some different options, like a collagen fill-in, some sort of a Botox thing. I said no. I just fill it in with barbecue sauce, and then just seal it off. All right. I have my own methods of spackle, a little spackling. Hey, folks, Pete Alonso's up.
A polar bear stirs.
First pitch swinging, rolls one over to third. He's going to be out. Alonso, a one-pitch ground out to begin the second. Boy, I tell you, again, the Orioles won last night. They just seem like they want to play for Brandon Young when he's pitching. And then they look like they just, hit a button and go back to the team when Young isn't pitching, which isn't as good of a team. It's Basayo's up. He takes high for ball one. Come on, Sammy.
Sammy.
Oh, Sammy's got an extra shirt button unbuttoned. Ooh la la, Sammy. Are you sure you want to expose more of your skin? That's just more area without protection on a ball or something that might, make you go, ouch. Sammy's showing off a little bit of that upper neck. I think upper neck is called your head. Here's a ball hit down the third baseline and a sliding catch attempt made up against the wall down there by Mastroboni. Nice effort, but unable to make a very tough catch up against the wall while sliding. So Sammy will continue to bat. Pham is coming out of his deal. Well, that must have just broke. Yeah, I'd mentioned Pham's basically hitting under 200 in his, 16 games with the team with AAA. So things don't seem to be working out with Pham, but Sammy's got, what do you call that? What do you call it, like when your spouse feels your labor pains? What is that? What's that phrase? Oh, God. I know it, but I can't think of it. But yeah, basically, you feel another sympathy pain. I think it's something else, though. I think there's another word for it. Not that I'm saying that won't work. But there's something where it's like you're actually... like there's a medical, I don't know. All right, everybody's saying sympathy pain. I swear it's another, oh, I'll leave it alone. Whatever. Club foot. That's what I meant. Yeah, I meant club foot. All right. Orioles catchers this season have really done well, which is why... leaving him out for 3 straight games and watching 3 straight heartbreaking losses is why I think Alvarez might be in the hot seat already. There is a strikeout of Sammy. 3rd strikeout for Bryan Woo. Sammy chasing one low and in. Phantom pain. I swear. Is it sympathy pains? I guess so. I guess. Hey, Leody Taveras. 2 down, nobody on. He looks at strike 1. 97 on the fastball. Folks. 2 down, nobody on in the bottom of the second. Taveras hitting .264. And that is just kissing the inside edge. Might have been off the plate. I wonder if they'll show us that robot view. No. Oh, now they will. They're a little late on it. Well, that angle doesn't help. Is that a ball or a strike? Oh, ESPN's graphics stink. They show you the pitch going by the zone, and it's this giant, thick, yellow blob. That was not helpful at all. Okay, 2-2 on Taveras, folks. Here's the pitch. Swing and a fly ball to center field. It's a can of corn for Julio Rodriguez. He's got it, and the inning is over. On to the 3rd. Orioles don't have a hit yet. They don't have anything yet. Do we? What do we got? We've got 6 up, 6 down is what we got. We go to the 3rd inning. It is 1-0 Seattle. Yeah, sympathy pain, I feel like, is like when your dude is with you at like Lamaze class and he's like going through the same thing. And I swear, I thought there was another word. I'm going to leave it alone. I got to leave it alone. Let's move on. Let's talk about anything else. Folks. Hey, Spielberg's got a new movie coming out. And I heard not too good things. I heard not too good things, unfortunately. Like, there's some very Spielberg-y things about it, but it's another case of, a brilliant contributor to the arts getting to a certain age where maybe they just don't got it anymore. I don't know. Anybody planning on going to see this? What is it called? Something Day. Disclosure Day. Disclosure Day. I did. Anybody planning on seeing this? Does anybody go to the movies anymore? Let me ask that. I used to love going to the movies. I used to love the shared experience of a packed house and a good movie that everybody laughed together along with or oohed and ahed with, if it was some sort of action adventure movie, or screamed together during a horror movie. Feels like it's a kind of experience that's getting harder and harder to find. You got to get the right movie, see it at the right time. Anyway, I haven't seen a packed house since the Avengers heyday. Folks, Johnny Pareda leading off top of the third inning. First pitch from Bradish hits the upper outside corner for strike one. Nice first pitch there to get ahead. It's over. Well, it's unfortunate because in the horror genre, there have been a couple of movies released in the past month that if you did get a chance to see it in a theater with a large crowd, you probably would have had yourself a really good time, and it would have kind of reminded you of how things used to be. And both of these movies are not blockbuster, comic book inspired remakes of something you've already seen before movies. No, I'm talking about a couple of original movies with original ideas, not some overblown budget or marketing technique to basically force a $250 million opening weekend or whatever. No, I'm talking about a couple of little horror movies that are beating out the likes of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Folks, when you're beating a Star Wars movie with an indie film with a $1 million budget, to me, that's a good sign that the public, they just want to see better movies. They want to see some interesting new stories. Here's a foul ball by Pareda. Sorry for missing a couple of pitches here, but he's working with a 2-2 count, leading off the top of the third inning. I guess I'm just in a talkative mood. Red Sparrow. Was that the one with Jennifer Lawrence? God, how long ago was that? And that was kind of a bomb, wasn't it? 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pareda. That curveball bounces in there. Not a good one from Bradish. Full count to the leadoff man. Kuvade. If that is the word, I've never heard of it. How do you say it? Kuvade? Here is a ground ball, the third. Mayo with a throw across the diamond. It's low, but it does stay above the dirt. A low reception over there by Alonso to get the out. All right, 1 down, and it's the number 9 batter coming up. Winds are kicking up outside. Rob, if you told me already, forgive me for asking, but where are you in relation to the ballpark? First pitch is outside, ball 1 to Colt Emerson. First time seeing him in this series. He's playing shortstop. He's hitting .242 with 4 homers, 10 RBI. And a swing, fly ball slicing toward the left side of the stands. 1-1 on Emerson. He'll be followed by Lake and Palmer. Another joke for the Gen Z crowd. The 1-1 pitch is outside. 2-1 the count. Folks, how's this for an issue that it's suffering from, Phantom? People are just done. Star Wars used to be special. That was what made it special, was, you know, they were just a movie that came out every few years, and then you had like a 20-year, 25-year. No, actually, it was only about 16 years, right? Like 83 for Jedi, and then Phantom Menace was like 99, which for me was weird because that was basically my entire scholastic career, was the non-Star Wars years. There's a called strike 3 on the inside edge. Emerson strikes out. 5 Ks now for Bradish.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
So basically, for me, Jedi came out like when I was in first grade, and then Phantom Menace didn't come out until like I was just graduating college. So basically my entire scholastic career were the quiet years of Star Wars. But then they came back with that original trilogy. Okay, not really a huge fan, whatever. And then 3 more started popping up about, 10 years ago now? And then they started making these offshoot movies like Solo, the movie or whatever. And then they came up with Disney Plus, and now they're making all these shows. And now it's just too much. You've oversaturated the entire lore of Star Wars. I think people are just like, enough already. You peaked with Baby Yoda. Move on. Come up with something new. All right? Star Wars came out of nothing. Give another young George Lucas type a chance to make a whole new universe out of something else. Here's a line drive base hit in the right field. Cole Young is already 2 for 2 off of Bradish. A home run to lead off the ball game, and now a 2-out single here in the third. Rogue One was good. I don't know. I'm just saying, there might be 1 or 2 that I haven't seen, Gibney, that might be okay or good, as you put it. But I just think when you add it all together, again, I just think it kind of tarnishes the legacy of the franchise to oversaturate us with all this stuff and the marketing with it. I saw a Burger King commercial the other day for Supergirl. Go get your Supergirl Burger King combo meal. It's just, I don't know. I get it. Marketing has been around forever. Product placement and all this. Hell, the original Supergirl with, what's-her-face had some crazy advertising in the movie. What was that actress's name? The Legend of Billie Jean. Oh, what the hell was her name? Helen Slater? Yeah, Helen Slater, sister to Christian Slater. That movie had some crazy advertisements like in the set pieces. 2-0 count here to Julio Rodriguez, and a curveball hits the bottom of the zone for a strike. There is 2 down for the Mariners with 1 on at first. In the top of the third, the 2-1 to Rodriguez is a swing and a miss, and boy, did he chase. That slider started outside and finished further away and in the dirt. Rodriguez's bat was not within a full foot of touching that baseball on that swing. 2-2 the count. Come on. Helen Hunt, no, it was Helen Slater. Helen Slater. The Legend of Billie Jean. Come on now. This pitch is upstairs. And the count full. So with 2 down, the runner at first, Young, will be off on this pitch. And he looks like a guy that can run pretty good just by looking at him over there. Here comes, nope. We got a timeout for the batter, I think. Bradish was ready. All right, Julio gets a few seconds to reset. Now he's back in the box. Waiting on a 3-2 pitch, 2 down, runner at first. And here it is. And that misses inside for ball 4. 2 men on for the Mariners. Bradish trying a curveball, trying to get it to wrap around and hit that bottom inside corner, but it never quite came back. And now you got to go after Josh Naylor with a couple of guys on base. First pitch to Naylor, swing, and a foul ball. Another curveball from Bradish. He's throwing plenty of those so far tonight. Yeah, Helen and Christian Slater were both in that Legend of Billie Jean movie. What was the big song from that? Was that Pat Benatar? Not Love is a Battlefield. What was it? Here's a ground ball to second. That is a routine play for Jackson Holliday. He will throw out Naylor to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Bradish has thrown up, more pitches than you would want through 3. He's into the upper 50s on pitch count, 57. But 3 hits and a walk scattered through those 3 innings to only give up the 1 run. And that was, again, first batter of the ball game on a ball that just barely got out of here. We have the bottom of the order due up. There are still 3 Oriole hitters yet to get a chance to swing a bat tonight. They're coming up next. Cowser, who's finally been moved back down in the order, the number 7 hitter tonight. Mayo and Holiday are all coming up. Betty Davis Eyes from the Legend. No, that's like a soft song. This was more of a, I'm looking it up now. Legend of Billie Jean soundtrack. This had heavy rotation on HBO, like in the late 80s when I first got HBO. I remember I used to watch The Legend of Billie Jean all the time. 1985. There she is. Give me that soundtrack. What do we got? Yeah, Pat Benatar. There it is. Oh, Invincible. That's the one. We can't afford to be innocent. Stand up and face the enemy. It's a do-or-die situation. We will be invincible. That song used to get me hype when I was like 10. I don't know why. But a movie like that, when you're a kid, you just see like this teenager just saying, F you, authority. I'm going to go do my own thing. And then you throw in that Pat Benatar. I think that's when I first started to realize that I was going to be a problem for people as I grew up. Hey, folks. Bottom of the 3rd inning about to get started. It's the milkman. Let's get some cows up in the chat. That's a banger Pat Benatar track. That one doesn't get enough airplay. Pat Benatar kicked ass. Colton Cowser fouls off a pitch to begin the bottom of the 3rd. Cowser hitting .226. Half a dozen homers, 22 steaks. Folks, the pitch inside. 1-1. We're running from the shadows of the night. Oh, that's a good one, too. There's a pitch low. 2-1 the count. Folks, Were you in high school when Pat Benatar was a thing? I was too young. I was in grade school. But in high school, was it like that scene from Fast Times at Ridgemont High where, like, everybody had the Pat Benatar haircut? Cowser hits one to left center field and deep. Julio's looking up. That ball's going to go! Bye, Birdie! Your daily delivery, Phantom. The milkman goes yard. 416 feet toward the bird bath. 108.5 off the bat on your FM dial. We have tied it up. It's one apiece. The moment you take Cowser out of the cleanup spot, he's back to hitting like a cleanup hitter.
It's magic, you know. It's magic.
That really did show off Cowser's natural power. It didn't look like he got all of it, and that's to the opposite field, and it got out by plenty. He didn't even look like he knew that he got it as well as he did. Kobe Mayo at the plate, 0-1 pitch. That one's to right field. That one is going to hang up there for Luke Raley. Hit right to him. And Mayo's down one away. Folks. Oh, Phantom better admit that he has taken that from Kevin Brown. I heard that call from Kevin Brown. I heard that call from Kevin Brown on the Cowser walk-off from a week or so ago. Ain't the milk cold? It's a good one. I should have thought of it. Folks, Jackson Holliday takes ball one high. That's why we need Kevin Brown in the booth. He's got the good one-liners. Holliday hits one to left field. Coming in Arozarena. That ball's going to drop in front of him. And that is a base hit. There you go. See, Janet? They're trying to butter up Phantom. And he stole it. He should be reprimanded. I'm just kidding. Holliday's on, folks, with a one-out single. 1-1 ball game. I saw some footage of Jackson and his wife at one of those pet shelters from yesterday, helping out with their dog, Coconut. Coconut is becoming a star. Taylor Ward struck out his first time. He's got a 1-0 count here. On Woo, the pitch inside. All right. 2-0. Ward might be looking to get his customary walk for the night. Come on, buddy.
Taylor?
Spread it around, Janet. That ball's into center field. Line drive, base hit. Holliday will have to stop at second base. That ball right in front of Rodriguez. But back-to-back base runners for the Orioles after they've already tied it up. We've just cut to a shot of Juan Soto for the Mets going yard to give them the lead over the Cardinals 5-4 late. Who cares about that? All right, we've got good speed on the bases here, folks. Don't we? I think we do. Oh, wait, Cowser hit the home run. So Mayo's pretty quick for his size. Ward fouls this one off into the upper deck. I'm sorry, that's Gunnar. Gunner's up. I'm sorry. Ward is on. Folks, I've lost my mind. Holliday and Ward are on. Mayo made an out. I got confused for a minute. We're back in reality with Gunnar looking at a changeup outside now. The count 1-1 on Gunnar. Come on, buddy. Two men on for Gunnar. And he takes upstairs. Ball two. Yeah, Ward, I would say, has average speed for an outfielder anyway. Average. 2-1 the count. All right, here comes the pitch. Up and away, not close. Gunnar doesn't have to offer at it whatsoever, and now he has a 3-1 count. Come on, buddy. There used to be a time in this sport where a good hitter gets a 3-1 count, and it's almost automatically a hard hit ball somewhere for a hit. Come on, buddy. Swing and a miss by Henderson. And the count goes full. Quality pitch from Woo. It was up and away. Appeared to hit that corner. Up and away. With a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Not the easiest 3-1 pitch to do something with, folks. I'll have to give Gunnar a pass there. But come on, man. Full count. Do something positive. The pitch popped up. Get out of play. It does. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Come on, Gunnar. Come on, Gunnar. Next payoff pitch, check swing. He lays off. He tosses the bat toward the dugout. Gunnar, take your base. We've got him loaded, folks. Loaded for Rutschman.
Let the clutch out gently, okay? Let the clutch out gently, okay? Let the clutch out gently, okay? Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Folks! All right, we got over 200 people here. I am demanding that we get 9 likes before this at-bat concludes so we can get a positive result. Let's get up to 100 likes. We need less than 10 people. More people have not hit the like button that are here right now than have. It's just not a good ratio, folks. Come on. Let's get to triple digits on those likes. Let's see Adley do something good. Bases loaded, 1 out. The infield is playing kind of halfway in on the corners. Middle infielders want to try to end the inning on a double play ball. And the first pitch is fouled away by Rutschman. Folks, we just shot over 100 likes just like that. Now, that's what I'm talking about. That's a response.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Here's the 0-1 to Adley. And, oh, that just caught the low inside corner. A changeup. Tough pitch. Rutschman. I can understand why, with a strike to take, you don't want to maybe make that the pitch you want to put in play. But now you got to work with an 0-2 count, buddy. 1 out, bases loaded. You got to make contact. Here comes the 0-2. That bounces in and goes all the way to the backstop. Everybody moves up. Oh, it's a gift. It's a gift from Bryan Woo. He had 2 strikes on Adley. It was one of those throwaway pitches. One of those, here, let me just waste a pitch on 0-2. And boy, did he waste it. It just gave us the lead. Folks, it's 2-1. And now second and third for Adley with 1 down. The 1-2 pitch. Lined right field. Get down. That is a base hit. 1 run is in. Send another. It's a 2-run double for Rutschman. He brought out the clutch. It's 4-1 Baltimore. Folks, Rutch is back in the lineup finally.
It's magic, you know. It's magic. On a magic carpet ride. On a magic carpet ride. You believe in magic. Break out.
All right, a proper rally. Here's Alonso, first pitch. He crushes it to left. Forget about it. We're going deep. Bye, birdie. An absolute moonshot. That ball might not still be on planet Earth. An absolute bomb from the polar bear. 439 feet. 6-1 Baltimore. Oh, that was absolutely crushed.
It's magic, you know. It's magic. On a magic carpet ride. On a magic carpet ride. You believe in magic.
Sammy goes to left. That one will stay in the yard. It backs up Arozarena just a step in front of the track. Sammy makes a one pitch out for the second out of the inning, but the Orioles have exploded on Bryan Woo. And Alonso with the biggest swing. I mean, that ball was absolutely punished. I mean, we're talking nearly going for that second deck in left field. Here is Taveras. He's first pitch swinging. That ball's hit to center field and backing up Rodriguez. Unfortunately, the deepest part of the yard, and it's well short of home run distance there. It is the final out of the inning. But the Orioles, how about that? An explosion here in the third inning. Half a dozen runs on the board. They bat around. And now a 5-run lead for Bradish to work with. Hopefully that'll make him just start thinking about executing his pitches, maybe not try to be so fine. And we can do what we have to do to get a split out of this series, which I know we'll all be okay with after the way this series began. 5-run lead. We got to protect it. We got 6 innings to go. Folks, 6-1 Baltimore going into the fourth. Good stuff. Folks, please hit that like button and please subscribe if you haven't already. Last night, if you weren't here, you missed one of the biggest milestones. Well, probably the biggest milestone, but one of the bigger channel events in this channel's history. Just last night, we passed 5,000 subscribers. That for this sort of channel, live streaming, play-by-play for sports, that is an achievement, folks. That is that's when you know you're legit. And again, I just want to say the same things I said last night, which is I'm just very, very honored to be the guy that you guys want calling these games. And that this channel, again, it's pretty legit when you consider. You look around at other play-by-play channels, typically they're calling more than one game in a particular sport. They're calling different sports, and guys like JJ who do that, they call several sports. They'll stream 3-4 games in a day. And I admire them for their work ethic. That is a serious grind. But for a channel like me, for an old fart like me, that pretty much only has the energy to give you the best call by just focusing on one team, one sport, the Baltimore Orioles, to get to 5,000 subscribers after this amount of time, I think is pretty damn good. So thanks again to everybody for getting us there. We're back underway in the top of the fourth. Bradish with a 5-run lead now to work with. It's Randy Arozarena at the plate. It's the middle of the Mariner order due up. 0-1 on Arozarena, and the next pitch is inside. Now we cannot worry about subscribers anymore. Oh, I do believe we need to still get to one more major milestone, Joel, and it's probably going to take a couple of years to get there. And if there's a lockout next year, it might take till the end of the decade to get there. But 10K is when you can actually say, hey, I'm making a living. I can actually maybe even put a few bucks into savings. I can actually go out and have a social life. I can actually buy some stuff that I've been meaning to buy for about 5 years, but continue to put off until I'm in a more secure spot. So yeah, I'm at a point now with 5K where I can continue to, there's a called strike 3. No, that's strike 2. Arozarena was making his way to first base, but he gets strike 2. It's a full count on the Mariner left fielder. Yeah, 5K, living out here, living on the cheap food, never going out and spending money on anything I don't need. I can get by on 5K subscribers. That was the goal, get to that number, and I can break even while I live in poverty. But folks, if you're in paradise while living in poverty, it's not that bad. It really isn't all that bad. I'm used to living on the cheap my entire life. But yeah, 10K. We got to get to 10K before BW can actually go, hey, I'm making like a decent living over here. Nothing to brag about, but decent. We got a ways to go. I should shut up about it. At what sub-goal do you replace that Chromebook? Everything stays in operation until it completely is unusable. And that I treat everything that way. I had a pair of shoes that basically got to the point where I was walking out of them. They had been beat up and torn apart so much. I finally got rid of those a couple of months ago. Folks, I got to get back into concentrating here. I've lost my way. The Mariners are up in the top of the 4th. Nobody out. A runner at first base. Luke Raley is the batter. He's got a count of 2 balls and no strikes. Arozarena over at first. And I forgot how he got there. He had that full count. He walked. Damn it. Bradish, you walked the leadoff man after we just gave you 6 runs? Come on, dude. It's 2-1 on Raley. Come on, Bradish, man. Start throwing some strikes. Pasayo setting inside, and the pitch is in, and Raley gets under it and golfs it out toward the flag court, and another flag court home run that just gets over there. It's a 2-run bomb for the Mariners, and just like that, our 5-run lead is down to 3. 5-run lead down to 3 before Bradish gets an out. You were supposed to settle down after that, Kyle. Oh, boy. Meanwhile, rain continues to make its way toward the ballpark, apparently. We need to hurry up and play another inning and a half here. Like, hurry up. Again, that ball just clearing the railing of the flag court and bounced back onto the field. Another near not home run against us, but it is a home run. That is tough. That is tough, but we still have a 3-run lead, folks. It's really all about Kyle Bradish right now. He needs to settle down, and if he can't, we need to go to the pin early. We got to split this series. Here's a foul ball by who? That Canzone? Canzone, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. .411 Shirley is celebrating. What are you celebrating, Shirley? I feel left out. 1-1 the count. Bradish up to 70 pitches here in the fourth. Canzone taps the plate with his bat, waves the bat toward Bradish once, and now is ready for the pitch. Here it comes, and a good curveball. Really sharp break on that one. I think Canzone got a little piece of it to foul tip it at the plate. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. Ah, all right, Shirley. Surely you can't be serious. 1-2 pitch. How much have you heard about that? Another one golfed to right. Get up the bullpen. Get up the bullpen. Canzone just went yard, and this was a no-doubter. Bradish is getting worse. Get up the pin right now. Get him up. I refuse to let go of a 5-run lead. They've already gotten 3 of them back without an out. Craig, get up somebody. That's 3 home runs in the game given up by Bradish, dude. Get up the bullpen. Miles Mastrobuoni. If you can't keep this guy in the yard, I don't know what. Diving stop by Alonso. He throws behind Bradish, but Bradish able to still make the catch and find the bag with his foot for the first out of the inning. That nearly was a problem. Out number 1 in the fourth. I mean, how about this? 3 home run balls from Bradish, and we haven't had one mound meeting tonight? Not one mound meeting, not even from the catcher, never mind the pitching coach. One away for Pareda and a low strike on a sinker from Bradish, 0-1. Like, Bradish may very well settle back down and get the next 2 outs and get us out of the fourth. But look, when you have given up 3 home run balls, 2 of them in the inning right after getting a lead like that. Here's another ball toward Alonso. He has to come in on this one and still shovel it to Bradish. He does so successfully. There's your second out. So again, there is a chance Bradish could settle down and get out of this inning and actually pitch a scoreless 5th and qualify for a win. But that doesn't mean you don't at least get somebody up. And, if it winds up where you don't need him, then you sit him down. But you got to have somebody ready. And as far as I can tell, nobody got warmed up after that 3rd home run from Bradish. 75 pitches now. And here is who we got? Are we back to the top of the order? Where are we? Oh, no, it's the number 9 man, Colt Emerson. Colt Emerson. The 1-0 is low, 2-0. Like right now, if Bradish walks the number 9 hitter, that's all you need to see. It's not going to get better with the top of the order next. I'll give him a chance to finish this inning up, and if he does, I'll let him start the next inning, I guess, but I want somebody up ready to go. If the first batter next inning is, doing something to get on base. 2-1 to Emerson. Pitch number 79 is a strike. 2-2. Baltimore scored 6 in the bottom of the 3rd. The Mariners have responded with 3 here in the top of the 4th. Orioles lead at 6-4. 2 down and a 2-2 pitch fouled back. Did I have a lucky already? I can't remember. Have I had a lucky tonight already? I'd like to have one now, but I'm worried I've already had one. Check swing. It looks like he went. Did he? No. A pitch in the dirt. Emerson does not go according to the third base ump, and the count full. No, I haven't had a lucky. Okay, great. Give me one. 3-2 pitch, not close, ball 4. Get somebody up. All right? We're not losing this lead because you wait too long to replace the ineffective pitcher. Come on, Albarnez. Here comes Drew French. Show me the bullpen. Show me somebody's up. He's on 82 pitches. It's not like even if he turns it around, he's going to be out there a whole lot longer. Get somebody up. This is the first game Bradish has given up 3 home runs in one start. And yet, we are just now getting our first mound meeting. Waits too long to go to the pen and waits too long to go just to give the pitcher a visit and try to settle things down. They wait too long to do that too. They really do. Here we go. It's Cole Young. And he's already gotten, wow, there's a base hit in the right field on the first pitch. Tavares throws towards second base. First and second now with 2 down. Young now 3 for 3 off of Bradish in the first 4 innings. How can he not see Bradish doesn't have it? You're trying to make him get through the inning when he hasn't really earned the ability to do it. It might happen, but indications would tell you that no, it might not. There's Rico Garcia up in the 4th inning. What are we doing? If you're getting up Rico Garcia, it's because you allowed a situation to get out of control to where you have to use our best arm in the 4th inning to try to put out the Flames. We shouldn't have gotten to this point to have to go to Rico now in the 4th. Line drive, base hit into right field. Throw coming in is cut off by Alonso. A run scores at 6-5. Unbelievable. Albie. Bradish has never given up 3 home runs in a start. As soon as he gave up that 3rd one, how do you not immediately get that pen going so that it only takes one more batter before you can go to somebody else? You absolutely shit the bed here, dude. And now we got to go after Josh Naylor. First pitch, in the air to left. Shallow. Ward makes the catch, and the inning is over. Congratulations, Albarnez. You got Bradish to finish the inning. 4 runs come in the process. At the end of 3.5, it's Orioles 6, Mariners 5. Sorry, folks, my blood pressure is just a little bit high. Folks, good grief, Albie. What the hell are you doing? Let's try to see if we can get an explanation.
So it's not the best option, but it just is what it is.
How do the guys just forget this one?
Let's just forget this one.
Ran themselves out of an inning. They had who they wanted. Yeah, man. It is what it is, but yeah, man. It is what it is, but yeah, man. It is what it is, but
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So it's not the best option, but it just is what it is.
I'll do the guys quickly just to forget this one.
Oh, folks. This is why you watch Orioles baseball over here. If incompetence drives you crazy, at least over here, we can find a way to joke about it a little bit. I'm trying to walk that line between the passion and the frustration of a fan, along with trying to keep the morale up. It's not an easy line to walk, but I'm trying. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. Folks, because you're mine, I walk the line. Hey, folks, we're back underway. It's the bottom of the fourth, and ball 1-2. Is that Cowser up there? I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like the milkman. Cowser at the plate, home run, first time up. Looks at a change-up for a strike. 1-1 on Cowser. Folks. Albie fell in a burning ring of fire. He went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. That Albie fire. That Albie fire. One-two pitch. Fouled off to the right. We'll do it again. I can't wait until Elias gets fired. I'll feel great, great, great. And I'll feel like I'm admired. 'Cause it burns, burns, burns. That Mike Elias. That Mike Elias. Cowser fouls off this pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You know what I should have sang after that game on Sunday? I hurt myself today. Inside 2-2. To see if I still feel. I focus on the pain. The only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole. That old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away. But I remember everything. Here comes the payoff pitch to Cowser. He hits it in the air. Third base side, foul, shallow ground into the left field area there. Caught by the third baseman. Cowser's gone, 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. You and that annoying cigarettes. What is annoying to you? Berga, what is possibly annoying to you about seeing some smoke on a screen? Have you never seen an 80s hairband video? What the hell are you on, dude? And then you follow it up with singing lessons. Yeah, I know, I'm hurt. You broke my heart, buddy. You don't like my singing, you don't like my smoking. Why don't you take a hike then, bud? 0-1 the count on Kobe Mayo. Nope. What an intelligent response. 0-2 the count on Mayo. Got a feeling this one won't last long. Pitch number 60 of the night coming up for Bryan Woo. I'm sexy, though. That's great. Well, why don't you go fap to me somewhere else? I'll see you tomorrow. All right, 0-2 to Mayo. Here comes the pitch. That ball's crushed. If it's fair, forget it, it's foul. That ball's very, very foul. Mayo way out in front of it. It's 0-2. Woo has thrown Mayo 3 straight sliders. See what he's got next. This is a fastball on the outside edge, too close to take, and Mayo fouls it off. Still 0-2. Pitch number 62 of the night, and Mayo lines that one to left. Will it get down? Yes, a base hit with 2 strikes on Mayo. Doesn't try to swing for the fences. Hits a liner instead, and he has a 1-out single. All right, good work, Mayo. Just hit the ball hard, dude, and I promise you, you'll have a long career. It doesn't have to always be a home run. Might be as a DH, but we'll worry about the defense later. All right, runner at first, 1 out for Holiday. And he takes outside by half a foot. Ball 1 to Holiday. And Woo gets a double play, of course. Are you spoiling what's about to happen, my friend? If you are, you're booted forever. Here's a ground ball to first. Naylor goes to second for 1, back to first. That's a double play, and Kevin Wilson is banned for life. Thanks for spoiling the play, asshole. Have a good rest of your life. Folks, that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 5th. The Orioles lead 6-5. All right. I'm going to take a break. Be right back. Jesus Christ, people. Come on.
He met a strange friend in the Chesapeake Bay when Monday the Monster...
Wow, that guy needed a double flush. Whew. Hey, folks, we're 8 likes away from 150. That would be a good place to be. It would set us up for a shot at 200 likes by the end of the ball game. 8 people are needed to get to 150. We have 208 people here. I think we can do it. What do you say? We got a break in the ball game. I promise you're not missing anything. Take a moment and please hit that thumbs up at the bottom of your screen. Thank you. All right, I would really love like an honest answer from anyone else out there to what possible reason there could be for some smoke wafting by on camera to actually bother you. Like, we're not sitting in back-to-back booths at an IHOP in the 80s, and I'm sitting there smoking Pall Malls next to you while you got a full plate of flapjacks and blowing smoke in your face. So what the hell are you possibly concerned about? Folks, that's the end of the night for Bradish. Tyler Wells is into the ball game. Wells might be asked to go more than just the one inning, as we are still only beginning the fifth right here. And first pitch is a strike to a Rosarena, who wants to challenge. Rosarena had checked his swing. I think he first wanted to make sure that the strike wasn't based on the swing and it was based on the location of the pitch. And I think they're not challenging. Maybe he was taking too long. I don't know what happened. 0-1 pitch, strike 2. Okay. Folks, we hit 150 likes. Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Tyler Wells in relief in the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hey now, a 3-pitch strikeout. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
3-pitch strikeout. Let's get more of those. Luke Raley, the batter, takes outside. Well, no 3-pitch strikeout here. It's 1-0 to Raley. He's got one of the 3 Mariner home runs, a 2-run shot his last time up, 14th of the season. 1-0 pitch. That one is golfed out to right. Backing up is Cowser to the track. He's at the wall. He leaps, and he makes the catch. I'm sorry, that's Taveras. I can't get it in my head that they're making Taveras play right field because it makes no sense to me. But Willie Taveras. Oh, I can't stop screwing up. Leody Taveras ran out of room, leaped at the wall, and made the catch. That ball nearly got out of here. I mean, it would have had to get over that wall, but it was headed that way. 2 down now for Canzone. He's got one of the homers, and he swings and misses for strike 1. That home run from Canzone tonight, his 9th. The 0-1. That one's hit out to center field. This one has Cowser coming in on it. He's got it, and the inning is over. Tyler Wells with a quick inning. One of the 3 outs was a little bit hairy there, but a strikeout and a pop-up sandwiched around it. A good inning from Wells. We now go to the bottom of the 5th. Folks, this game's only half over. You know, this one can go any which way. Let's see what happens. Bottom of the 5th, 6-5 Orioles. Let's go. Can you make it so the around the league ticker doesn't spoil the play? I'm afraid not. Keep your eyes off of the around the league ticker, everybody. Thank you. I don't know what else to tell you. I did everything in my power to present this game screen information scoreboard for the game we're watching that is on a delay, purposefully delayed to not spoil. But the out-of-town scoreboard thing, nothing I can do to manipulate that, folks. Sorry. Just, I'm not quite sure what it's given away. I mean, obviously, runners on base might look different. I don't know. Just take a peek between innings for the out-of-town scores, and then you'll be safe. How about that for advice? Right. Talking about out-of-town scores, I can tell you that right now, the Dodgers have a 5-4 lead in the bottom of the 6th on the Pirates. And that game between the Braves and the White Sox that was supposed to start a little while ago, that game got postponed. So we are one of only 2 games on tonight. Hopefully we'll have some, neutral baseball fans just looking for some baseball. Find the channel and come hang out with us tonight. The microphone is hiding the dimples. Yep, that's by design. Folks, I hope you're enjoying tonight's coverage. I've decided for the remainder of the channel to be calling games like I'm Kevin McAllister from Home Alone after putting aftershave on. I'm just going to sit like this because my dimples, I'm too self-conscious about them now. I feel body shamed. Taylor Ward will lead off. First pitch is a strike. Bryan Woo still on the mound here for the bottom of the 5th. He's got plenty left in the tank. You would think. He just threw his 66th pitch to get strike 2 on Ward. Stop looking at my dimples. That pitch is outside. Hey, look. Be careful what you wish for. You might see dimples that you don't want to see. 1-2 pitch. That is low and away. 2-2. Folks. Your college dropped the Gmail, so you lost YouTube? What? What kind of college? 2-2 pitch, and that's low and in. So after falling behind 0-2, Ward has worked the count full, leading off the bottom of the 5th. Let's get one of those Ward walks. I like a Ward walk, especially leading off an inning. 3-2. Fouled at the plate. We'll do it again. I'll see you, Kevin McAllister, and I'll raise you a Jack Palance. Throwing on some skin bracer. You weren't expecting a Jack Palance impression. Well, that's because I do a terrible one. Just trying to sound gruffy. Hey, that's ball 4. Actually, that hit Ward. Umpire indicating somewhere around the elbow. So a leadoff hit by pitch will put Ward on at first base. Taylor? I'll still go with the walk button.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
I'm hit by a pitch here. All right, we got the leadoff man on. We got the big bats coming up. Let's go. Gunnar Henderson, first pitch, swung on, and a ground ball softly to first. Naylor, only one play, unassisted to first. That moves Ward to second base. Gunnar retired again. But we do have a runner in scoring position now with a couple of chances to knock him in. Starting with Adley Rutschman, and Rutschman came up clutch. Came up clutchman back in the 3rd inning with a 2-run double. The pitch from Woo. Outside edge. That's called a ball. That was a strike. Mariners don't challenge. ESPN does not give you a running count of the challenges, but both teams still have 2, I think, right? 1-0 is low to Adley. 2-0. Folks, how about a bugle? A polar bear stirs on deck. The 2-0 hit on the ground and threw a base hit. And Gunner's rounding third hard. He's coming home. Is that Gunner? I'm sorry, that's Ward. God, I've blown it again. Ward comes around to score, and the Orioles have made it 7-5. Right? Why does it still say 6-5 over here? Folks, I just got confused. I blew the call. Gunnar didn't score. Ward just scored. But we just got a run on the board. Folks. I made mistakes. Okay, 7-5. Why doesn't it say it on the board yet? Here's Alonso, swing and a miss. So Adley comes through clutch again. He's got 3 RBI working already tonight. And now Masson's not even showing me a scoreboard. This one's fouled back. Maybe there's something going on with the scoring between all of these media outlets. ESPN, MLB, Masson, or whoever. Scoreboard issues. 0-2 the count on Alonso. Runner at first, 1 down. The pitch. Pop foul behind the plate.
A polar bear stirs.
80th pitch of the night for Woo coming up. And folks, I know they're not our team. I guess we don't really care, but are you a little surprised Bryan Woo has now given up 7 runs and they're still going with him? It's like they're just making him pitch to a certain count regardless of how effective he is. It's now 1-2 on Alonso. I mean, if I'm a Mariner fan right now, I'm thinking, well, damn, we got back into the game and now Woo is giving up another run. Are you ever going to go with somebody else? Well, Alonso just struck out. There's second out of the inning. Yeah, I think it's all linked. Phantom. It would only make sense. I think there's some sort of deal cut between all these sites to kind of share that information. And if it goes down for one person or one site, it goes down everywhere. Let's allow the opposing manager to make mistakes. Let's not alert him. Okay. Sammy at the plate with an 0-1 count. And a little chopper to second base should end the inning. Throw over to first in plenty of time. Basayo's gone, but the Orioles do get a run on another RBI from Rutschman. 3 RBIs on a couple of hits tonight for Adley. The Orioles will go to the 6th inning now, ahead 7-5. It still says 6-5 on my ESPN page. What is it saying on this display here? Yeah, it still says 6-5 on this application. So, yeah, it's just everybody's effective. Trust me, folks, it's 7-5, okay? We scored a run there. This might be stuck for a minute. In fact, until it starts working again, I guess we can take it over here and have some chat activity up here. By the way, that takes away the out-of-town scoreboard. So no spoilers there. I'm helping everybody right now. Look at me. I'm just a guy that wants to please everybody. Just wants to make everybody happy. Seems to only be about 40% successful. Rain is getting close to the yard. I can't believe you fully typed out that name without an at mention. Rain is getting close to the yard, folks. Folks, we'll know if there's a delay if we suddenly have a Tom Davis interview thrust upon us. Where are we going? Oh, it's an official game now. That's right. Bottom of the 5th. We're official. Or top of the 6th, I mean. This is an official game. Let the rain come. Quickly. Hurry up. Give me that rain. Hey, by the way, folks, I didn't realize until I looked at the upcoming schedule a few hours ago that after this homestand, the Orioles are going out west. Going out west for like a 10-game road trip. And most of those games, It's a 9-game road trip. 3 in Seattle, 3 against the Dodgers, and 3 more against the Angels. And the bulk of those games are going to have start times 9:40 p.m. Eastern, 10:10 p.m. Eastern. We got a couple of those against the Dodgers. 9:38, a couple of games against the Angels. So guess what? It's almost like a little vacation for me. I'm very looking forward to just going on a normal schedule for about a week, sleeping normal, doing activities at normal hours. It'll be nice. There's still some middle of the night day games in there for me, but I can work around those. Miles Mastrobuoni is leading off the top of the 6th. Tyler Wells out there for a second inning of work. The first pitch is a strike, and the next one is a curveball that just missed. It would have hit the top inside corner of the zone. Not the typical spot for a curveball to go, but I would have liked to have seen if that actually did hit the zone. We got a little piece of trash. I guess the wind is picking up in the ballpark, so the rain must not be far behind. We've got litter on the field, folks. The 1-2 to Mastrobuoni. Swing and a miss. Oh, he chased a high cutter. Sit down.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right, Tyler Wells looking pretty sharp so far in the relief appearance. Looking a lot sharper than Bradish did, that's for sure. Okay, the batter is Pareda. And he fouls off the first pitch. Pareda 0 for 2. So Wells has the benefit of facing the 7, 8, 9 hitters in this inning and getting a couple of innings of scoreless work in. That's the hope. Cutter fouled away. 0-2 on Pareda. The 0-2 is outside, a slider that started off the plate and finished further away. Easy for Pareda to lay off that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rain for less than an hour in Northern Virginia. Okay. This one's fouled back. 1-2. I guess the real question, Bartman, is how hard did it rain? Because 1 hour of heavy rain can still wash out a ball game. 1 hour of light to medium rain, and maybe you can finish it up tonight. Oh, he went around. Yes, you did. Pareda strikes out. Another K for Wells.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
2 down, nobody on. Wells trying to get 6 outs in relief. He's facing the number 9 hitter, Colt Emerson. Left-handed batter. First pitch is a breaking ball that winds up right in the middle of the plate. 0-1 on Emerson. It rained heavy, but only 40 to 45. Well, it's still, I think, debatable what they're going to do. Seattle, I think, is the team that would more want, even if they're behind, they're the ones more affected. We play another home game tomorrow. They're the ones hitting the road and having to play in another city tomorrow. This pitch is popped up on the infield. Gunner near the second base bag has to kind of dance around the bag. Good God, I thought he was going to trip over it for a minute. He makes the catch. The inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 6th, folks. The Orioles lead at 7-5. Rain apparently knocking on the door of downtown Baltimore. We'll see how long we go. But right now we got the lead. We got the lead. We've got the lead. We've got the lead. Yeah, we've got it. We got the lead. We got the lead. We got the lead. Jump back. Sorry. Folks, I'm just trying to bring out my inner Belinda Carlisle. You'll have to forgive me. All right. What's happening, folks? What's shaking with the old mama's bacon, as I used to say very often. That was my go-to. You know, when you're young and you're hip, you got your own way of saying hello when you enter a room. Mine was, what's shaking with your mama's bacon? That was my go-to. Eventually, I had to give it up. That's when you know you've lost your youth, when it's no longer right to say that. Folks, Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, man. It is what it is, but
all right, I know. Tell you what, man, you got a way of breaking things down that really helped me get a better read on the Orioles organization.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, but you know how I feel.
You don't know how it feels. No, you don't know how it feels to be real. Folks, looks like some fans are starting to head their way to the concourse. Do we have rain? Tavares, first pitch swinging, hits one to right, back in toward the track. Raley has just enough room just in front of the wall and right where that tall wall meets the short wall. Out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Folks, scoreboard is fixed. All right. You know what else was fixed? That game in Toronto on Sunday. Colton Cowser swing and a miss. Cowser 1 for 2, a solo home run. Average at 230. 1 out, nobody on. The 0-1 pitch is a check swing on a ball that bounced in front of the plate, and Cowser went around. Oh, man, that is embarrassing. That pitch went 57 feet, and Cowser swung at it. 0-2. Oh, it's a new pitcher, by the way, Alex Hoppe. And Cowser absolutely befuddled at the plate with whatever Hoppe's throwing. Cowser has no idea. That looked like the Cowser we don't want to see anymore. And that at bat. Cowser down on 3 pitches. So the broadcast team on ESPN tonight has Kevin Brown with David Ross, former catcher. And I already forgot the name of the guy on the right, but I know him. Was it Plesac? Dan Plesac? Kobe Mayo at the plate, and apparently he went around on the first swing, and it's 0-1. 2 down, bases empty. Mayo 1 for 2. Takes one in the dirt away. Count even. A base hit would get Mayo's average 2 or above the Mendoza line. He's at 198. Flea sack. Ew. Just ew. Damn it. Those are 2 words that should never be back to back. Ugh. I'm getting grossed out. Get that Visual out of my head, please. 1-2 to Mayo. The pitch. Lays off one low and away. A slider in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I said Plesac. Dan Plesac. He's a pitcher from back in the day. Former major leaguer. Dan Plesac. Plea. Not fluh. Puh. Folks, that pitch is low. We got a full count. Show the other scores. God, Paul had somebody complaining that it was spoiling his night, and now you're basically bossing me around. Hold on, we'll get to the scores. There's literally only one other game on right now. Called strike 3 to Mayo, and the inning is over. We go to the 7th. The Orioles lead at 7-5. Would you like to know what's going on in the one other game? Dodgers 7, Pirates 4 in the top of the 7th. Okay? Plesac is on MLB Network. All right, so it's some other guy. I don't know. At this point, and I don't care. God. Looks like BW needs a break. Here's a page that has scores on it. Wait, I'm sorry, Tommy, are you talking to me? This guy? This guy? You're on my channel, jerk off. Well, you came back. Guess what? I'm still the same. So you can take a hike and try again in another year, I guess. Right? Did you wait a year to tell me this, buddy? I don't know about you, but I got a channel that's growing and plenty of support over here. So is it me or is it guys like you that are the problem? I don't know. Prove me wrong. Start another channel where you do things your way and build up a bigger audience than me. And then you can come back and show me how poorly I ran things. Okay? That sound like a plan, Tommy? Buddy? You there? Hello? Hello? Tommy, buddy, where are you going, man?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Anything else to add, bud? We're back underway in the top of the 7th inning, folks. Tyler Wells is into his 3rd inning of work, and there is rainfall now in the ballpark. It's the top of the order here for the Mariners. Cole Young at the plate, 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. It is raining in the ballpark. A simple no would have sufficed. Again, people want to just treat me like I'm a marionette puppet. Say the things I want you to say. Do the things that I want you to do here on this free Orioles coverage channel that I could just elect to not watch if I don't like it, instead of trying to make the host of the channel do things my way. What is wrong with some of you people? Either enjoy it or move on. It's like anything else in life. You can enjoy it or you can move on. But for some reason, I guess because I have the audacity to start a YouTube channel and do play-by-play for the Orioles, I need to be held to certain standards and whatnot. Whatever, dude. Julio Rodriguez has an 0-1 count, and the next pitch is fouled away. 0-2 on J-Rod. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 7th. Rodriguez is 2 for 2 tonight. Carl, I tend to have a habit of doing just that. Everybody wants to come in here and tell me how to do things. This pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Didn't mean to upset me. Well, let's see. What was your original comment? Show the other scores. Trust me, Paul, of everybody else, yours was the least. It's no big deal, dude. It's no big deal. It's fine, Paul. Rain continues to fall here. The count is 2-2 on Rodriguez. The Orioles are going to challenge what was called a strike, and boy, the ump really blew that call. That was a ball by over 2 inches. So instead of 3-1, the count 2-2. Orioles successfully challenge. Here comes the 2-2 from Wells, and a swing and a hard hit ball foul off to the left. Hey, BW, can you jump up and down on one leg? Only if I'm allowed to recite the alphabet backwards at the same time. And juggling 3 rotisserie chickens. Full count to Rodriguez. Oh, Tommy was just quoting a line? He wasn't talking shit to me? Oh no, did I just burn a bridge? Oh no. Oh no. I guess I am just a overly sensitive jerk off. What was it? Here's a ball hit in the air to center field, and Kowser is going to circle under it now and make the catch. That is 2 down in the top of the 7th. And Tyler Wells, on 29 pitches, has now recorded 8 outs in relief. He's been a godsend after Bradish's blow-up there in his final inning of work. All right. Oh, that's just a replay of Rodriguez's swing. All right, here's Josh Naylor now. 2 down, bases empty. Will I sing more Tom Petty? It's just such a random. Folks, I'm a human being, okay? Priority number 1, call a baseball game. Priority number 2, try to have some fun interacting with you guys. And sometimes I'll randomly sing songs and what have you. But I'm not like, I'm not Alexa. You don't just type in commands and I do them at the drop of a hat. 1-1 to Naylor. Fouled away. His helmet comes off. 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on in the top of the 7th. Rain looks like it might be picking up even more right now. Some folks are still sitting in their seats without any protection. They don't care. 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. All right. Uh-oh, we've got another toilet. Who needs flushing now? Oh, Tony's back? Ah. Banned you from chant. Well, chanting can lead to, the release of spirits. That's why I banned it. No chanting in the Charm City chat. I don't want any conjuring of spirits. Bad mojo. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Naylor. The pitch. Fouled away. So let me try to get this straight, Tony. I mean, first of all, are you going to want to actually own up to whatever it is you said that I banned you for? Like, we actually not try and sugarcoat it? Give me the actual thing that you said, not like the softened up version to make you look okay. And then we'll decide if I did the right thing or not, I guess. But you're back. Here's an opportunity to, start from scratch if you want. Hang out with the other 5,000 of us. Here comes the payoff pitch to Naylor. That is ball 4. It misses inside. And that is a 2-out walk. And it will bring the potential tying run to the plate. It is Randy Arozarena. Wells, 37 pitches so far. He came in the 5th inning and is now trying to end the 7th. First pitch strike to Arozarena. There's the bullpen. The Orioles have Rico Garcia back up for the 2nd time tonight. It looks as though the Orioles have no designs on waiting to use him to potentially close, as though that role for him has been taken away. Here's a ground ball to third base. Mayo will go the short way to second to get the force on Naylor, and that'll end the inning. Folks, we have reached the 7th inning stretch. I just kicked him again. I can unban if you want. I don't understand what somebody was saying about he was quoting a movie. Dude seems to be pretty confrontational to me. Again, and I brought this up the other day. Like, look, if there's something that I pissed you off about or you pissed me off about and it happened a year ago, I'm willing to extend an olive branch and say, let's start from scratch. But if you're going to wait a year, come back in, and the first thing you want to say is, hey, man, you kicked me out a year ago, and now I'm back to tell you that you have soft skin. Well, guess what? That friendship we might have been able to build off of after, saying, all right, let's wipe the slate clean. Well, guess what? No clean slate. If you're going to come back and bring it up like that, what do you expect me to do? Anyway, 7th inning stretch time. Oh, Janet's screwed up. Folks, we'll get it all straightened out in a minute. In the meantime, go in the kitchen, fire up that stovetop, because it's time to throw some cakes on the griddle.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
All right, so let's figure this out. What was the movie quote and who gave it? And I should acknowledge them because everything else got confused in there.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
So weird. Yeah, I was here a year ago, and I decided to wait a year, make a new account, and come back and tell you, Bro, again, you're calling me thin-skinned, but if you're going to wait a year, come back and bring that up first thing, is that an example of thick skin? No, that seems to me to be a guy that's been just having this hang over his head for a year and couldn't wait to bring it up first thing when he finally returned. That doesn't sound like thick skin to me, dude. That sounds like the pot calling the kettle something or I don't know, man. Doesn't quite add up for me. Here's Jackson Holliday leading off, and he looks at a strike. Hoppy still on the mound for the Mariners. Holliday tonight 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Folks, pitch in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Rick quoted the next line from the movie from Billy Madison. Ah, I see. Ah, that one. Okay. Gosh, if I had just read it in Adam Sandler's voice, I wouldn't have screwed up there. Again, folks, do I screw up? Yes, I've screwed up like half a dozen times tonight easily on one thing or another. 1-2 pitch is going to be challenged by the Mariners as it was called a ball. They think they got strike 3. No, Baltimore challenged, so I guess they called it a strike, and Holiday thinks it's a ball. No, it says Mariners challenge. You guys make up your mind. It is a ball. The Mariners lost their challenge, and I thought they already lost one tonight. They're showing me that both teams have one left, but I'm not sure if that's correct because they also indicated at first that the Orioles were challenging. Here's a ground ball to second base. They're going to have to hurry. Throw off balance will get Holiday going up the line there on a relatively close play at first on a otherwise routine grounder. Jackson's retired.
Oh, I see the penguin. Is that the penguin over there?
I can't do an Adam Sandler impression. Impossible. Oh, we got another song request. I don't know if I know the Green Day. What album is that off of there, pal? I kind of tuned out after Dookie. I'm an early Green Day fan, back when they were on Lookout Records. 39 Smooth. 1,000 Hours. Slappy. Christie Road. Road to Guatemala. Those songs. 2-0 pitch is outside. Like, I've never heard American Idiot, like, start to finish. And I know that was a huge record. I only know, like, the title track. It is off American Idiot. I should just sit down and listen to that album once, just to see if I get some retro vibes. That is ball 4. Taylor Ward draws another walk. He's back into that walking mood again, folks. A couple of walks tonight for Ward. He's on with 1 out. Orioles ahead 7-5 here in the bottom of the 7th. Gunnar Henderson fouls back the first pitch. Folks, his name's Gunnar, and it might be time for him to start dating somebody else. We need more production, buddy. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Average down to 219. 21st pitch from Hoppy since coming in will get in there low and end Gunnar. The count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, I'm sticking with Lindsey Buckingham. I mean, between that movie and the nostalgia of the song, and it's just an instantly recognizable little piece of music. Gunnar with a 2-1 count. Hoppy leans in, then takes a look over at the runner at first. Here comes the pitch. Popped up. Catcher off with the mask, racing toward the dugout, and it's the third baseman, Mastroboni, who makes the catch. Umpire signaling out. He went into a slide right up against the dugout and made a pretty fancy catch there. Earlier in the ballgame, Mastroboni had a chance to make a similar catch in foul ground up against the stands farther down the line there. But a nice sliding grab here with the catcher right on top of him. 2 away, and here's Adley, who's had a big night tonight. Come on, Rutch. Let that clutch out one more time.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Two for three with a double, a single, and 3 runs batted in tonight for Rutschman. And he takes low and in. Folks, how about a bugle? Billy Joe Armstrong is taking heat from Linda Perry of Four Non-Blondes. All right, look, for you Four Non-Blondes fans out there, don't be offended by this, but what the hell has that band done in 30 years? You had one song, which I will, give you the credit. It was a hit. I thought it was obnoxious. Every time that song came on, I was flipping stations. I like my chorus to have more than just... I said, hey! I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? I can't, mosh pit to it. I can't dance to it. What am I supposed to do with that music? I don't know. Rutschman with a check swing. He didn't go. And he has drawn a 2-out walk. The Orioles now have runners at first and second.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
So you tell me this lady, I'm assuming she's the front lady, the singer from Four Non-Blondes. They've had one song. It was 30 years ago, 32 years ago. And she has beef with Billy Joe Armstrong, who's been basically selling out arenas now for 30 years straight. What are you talking about, lady? What is... Linda has produced some good stuff the past 30 years. Okay. All right. Well, what's her problem with Billy Joe? Look, I'm not saying Billy Joe Armstrong... I'm a fan of him outside of his music. I don't know what his deal is. I don't really care. But what's her problem with him? Folks, we have a break in the action, by the way. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, and with Pete Alonso due up, it looks like Seattle is going to bring out a right-hander. Nick Davila is coming on to pitch. Yeah, top hat lady. The female Slash, I guess. Barney from The Simpsons? Listen, Homer. And I say, hey, hey, hey. I said, hey. And folks, if you think I'm being misogynistic, let me just balance it out for you. Four Non-Blondes, just as annoying to me as Crash Test Dummies. And that was a dude. Again, what do you do with a song like that if you go see a band live? You just stand there. There's nothing you can do with a song like that. What do you just go like this? It's awful. Folks. Nick Davila, first pitch is fouled away. He's pitched in 8 games, and he's not given up a run yet. Let's change that. 2 on, 2 out. And a ground ball to third base. They will go to second for the force, and the inning is over. The Orioles get a couple of men on, but cannot score. Both teams have 7 hits. Neither team have committed an error, but the one part of the scoreboard that counts, the Orioles are ahead. 7-5 in the run department. We're going to the 8th inning, folks. 6 more outs to go to start a win streak. Linda Perry said Billy Joe Armstrong agreed to have her produce Green Day's last album. Then he ghosted her after she said she cleared 6 months off her schedule. All right, look, I understand that she's bitter, but people backing out of things in Hollywood or in the music industry happens all the time. It happens all the time. Actors back out of roles, directors back out of directing, last minute. It happens all the time. To say that, well, now my next 6 months I can't do anything is nonsense. Find another project and get going. That's my advice, Linda Perry. Quit being bitter that you got dropped to produce an album. You'll be okay. Or sue. I mean, if you got like some sort of legal, ground to have an argument, then sue them. If they haven't really done anything wrong, then move on. That's my advice. But what do I know? Folks, 8th inning coming up. Out there in Pittsburgh tonight, the Dodgers have grown a 4-run lead now. It's 8-4 LA in the bottom of the 8th. The Pirates up to hit. That's the only other game on right now. Hey, the odometer has rolled over, hon. Hey, for everybody that hates the way I run my channel, I wish you could explain to me why it keeps growing. Thanks for joining in here, new subscribers, new bird watchers.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
And here's the fun part. If you're not a jerk-off, I won't treat you like one, which makes me in turn look like a jerk-off. And then you don't have to sit there and harbor resentment and then come back a year later to tell me again I'm a jerk-off, only to kick you out again. We can skip all of those things if you want to just, hang out and have some fun and watch a ball game. Seems like 99% of us know how to do that right. It's just that pesky 1%. Folks, Rico Garcia is on here in the top of the 8th, and he's just gotten ahead of his first batter. It's 0-2. Folks, it's our boy out there right now. Rico. Here's a pop-up toward left. It's got a little bit of carry to it, but it's going to stay on the outfield grass in front of the track and left. Ward makes the catch. You can still see some debris out there on the field, but the rain for now appears to have stopped. We have just cut away to a Shohei Ohtani at bat, and we just watched him take outside for ball 4. Why are we cutting away to watch Ohtani walk? Good grief. 1 down, and Dominic Canzone is up. And that first pitch, I mean, we've got both our challenges, right? We got to start using them. We're in the 8th inning, and that looked good to me on the outside corner. But it's called ball 1. Next pitch fouled back by Canzone on a changeup from Rico. 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Thanks, Phantom. Wow, another major player down. Folks, Aaron Judge, what is going on with him? Because I honestly don't really read into what's going on with any other team except ours. I hyper-focus on our team. But I know Judge is banged up, but I thought I read something about the rest of the season being in the balance. Is that true? 2-1 pitch is fouled back by Canzone, and we got a count now of 2-2. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 8th. 7-5 Baltimore. We're trying to get a split after dropping the first 2 games of the series, and maybe we can salvage a nice homestand. We got the Padres coming in tomorrow night for 3. Change up by Garcia, misses away, full count to Canzone. Late season for a comeback for Judge. What exactly is Judge's injury? If you guys don't mind, let me know. 3-2 pitch, and that was a low pitch. It's hit out to left. Long run by Ward, and he makes the catch. Glove fully extended over his head on the run. That was nearly trouble, but it's out number 2 for Rico. All right. That ball was slicing away from Ward the entire way down into the left field corner, and he was still able to just reach it. Ribs. Oh, right, the rib thing. Wow, so that's real. Again, folks, that rib injury, pretty sure it happened in that game where I believe it was Taylor Ward hit a ball to the opposite field, to right, and Judge had to make a catch where he banged up against the wall. Kind of, with his ribs tucked in there a bit. Definitely came up, but Judge being Judge, he looked like he was just trying to shake it off. Here's a ball hit to right. It's going to get down for a single. A base hit with 2 down by Miles Mastrobuoni. And that'll get up Johnny Pareda, the Mariner catcher. Yeah, so basically, I think I had made this comparison before already, but Aaron Judge is kind of the opposite of Basayo. Judge is the kind of guy that's so tough that he tries to play through injuries that he probably should take some time off for and not, worsen said injury. But he's a gamer. He wants to be in the lineup every day. He wants to be a Hall of Famer. He's, as much as I hate the Yankees, as much as I hate Judge when we're playing him, you can't deny that that dude is a baller. But yeah, that injury, if it is that play against us, I mean, that was well over a month ago now, wasn't it? And he tried to play through it, and I guess now it's only made the situation worse. This pitch fouled back by Pareda. The Orioles have activity in the pen. It's the lefty Grant Wolfram up. Stress injury over time. Okay, Ram Dog. Well, then just forget about the last 8 minutes of my voice. Sorry about that. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pareda. The pitch. Nope. We're going to throw to first. Runner back safe. So again, has Rico Garcia, do you believe, folks? Oh, by the way, tarps are off, folks. 16 to 19-year-old young men are shirtless and pasty and making a ruckus somewhere in the ballpark right now. Hey, it's this year's 6-7, folks. 2-2 the count on Pareda. I might have underestimated their age. Maybe it's more like 14 to 17. 2-2, hit on the ground and through the hole on the right side, a base hit. Pareda with a hit. Back-to-back base runners with 2 down for the Mariners has put the tying runs on base. And now we got to sweat a little bit here. We need to hurry up and get this third out. Rico Garcia was just so unhittable for those first, 65 games or so. Lately, it's not been the case. And, folks, he's going to come out of the ball game right here. Looks like Wolfram got warmed up to face a lefty. In case we got to this very situation, it is the number... By the way, Victor Robles is now pinch running for Pareda at first base. But the left-handed bat of Cole Emerson and then the left-handed bat of Cole Young are due up next. So it's Grant Wolfram time, folks. Is there really a rooftop water park in Thailand? I was watching a YouTube video about it earlier today. I don't know, Charm City. I've never heard of it. If it does exist, I would assume it's somewhere in Bangkok on one of those skyscrapers. But I've definitely seen my share of rooftop pools. Rooftop pools on some of these high rises are pretty common. But as far as a water park, like with multiple slides and all that stuff, I don't know. I haven't heard about it. But folks, we actually had an earthquake over here about a year ago. You guys might remember. A building in Bangkok collapsed, but it was the ground shook so much that some of those buildings that have those fancy pools at the top of the building, like 80 floors up, like 800 feet off the ground or whatever, those things were swaying. Water was just falling off the top of those buildings down on the streets below and stuff. It was pretty scary. Folks, I did not move to this part of the world to be that close to an earthquake. Yeah, Rob, you saw some of that footage? Pretty scary, man. An entire building that was getting built came down. That was a pretty big one. Looked to be about 25 or 30 floors worth of structure collapsing. Folks, here's Grant Wolfram. He's on. And I missed the first pitch. It's a ball. Second pitch is a strike, though, and Wolfram hit a good spot there. Knee high on the outside corner. Big moment in the ball game. Wolfram wants to get this third out. The Mariners have 2 runners on, down by 2. And this pitch misses inside, not too close. We need a better pitch than that. 2-1 on Emerson. You're facing a lefty, Wolfram, and a number 9 hitter. Go after him. Come on. 2-1. Not close again. 3-1. Emerson's not chasing out of the zone. If you were to walk him, you would push the runners up to put the tying run in second base. Here's a ground ball foul. All right, folks, big moment. 2 out and a 3-2 count on Emerson. First and second for the Mariners. The Orioles ahead 7-5 in the top of the 8th. The payoff pitch. Hit on the ground, foul. Right side, we'll do it again. Is it awesome to live over there? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. I came over here and fell in love with it and made a decision to move out here permanently, and wouldn't have done that unless I loved it, but that's just my personal feelings. There's a ground ball to second, should end the inning. Holiday over to first, gets it there in time. Grant Wolfram gets that most important third out of the inning. Seattle strand the tying runs on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Last chance for the Orioles to add on. They lead it 7-5. Didn't the Philippines just have a big earthquake? By just, what do you mean? I don't recall one in the last couple of months. But then again, sometimes if it's not directly affecting me, I'll just see a passing news blurb and it doesn't retain. Like if there was an earthquake in the Philippines, I haven't seen footage of destruction. I haven't seen oh my goodness, please send help. We need food over here. In the past week? Wow. All right, I want to see. That's too many of those over on this side of the world for my liking. Let's see, because you know what happens if you get an earthquake? You get an earthquake, those spawn tsunamis, and I live on the Gulf of Thailand. And back about 15 years ago, there was a tsunami that hit Thailand really, really, really bad. I think I'm safe enough inland a few miles where I feel like I'm okay if we had another one of those. But, folks, if you've ever seen footage of that tsunami in Thailand from They actually made a movie about it that I didn't even know existed until about a year ago. Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor are the husband and wife. They go take a vacation in Thailand, and it's basically a recreation of that particular tsunami, and it was like a true story based on their survival. If anybody knows the name of that movie, please let me know, because I can't remember. But that stuff is very scary. Very, very scary. I have to look it up now because, you know. Here comes Sammy Basayo to lead off. We are in the bottom of the 8th, and we've gone picture in picture, so I can barely see the at-bat. But there we go, full screen now. Sammy at the plate with a count of 1-0. And the next pitch from Davila is low. 2-0 to Sammy. Folks.
Sammy.
Sammy pops it up. It will go out of play. Count now 2-1. Let's see. Naomi Watts, Ewan McGregor. What the hell was the name of that movie? The Impossible. Mr. Hyde just typed it in. Here's a fly ball that'll go foul down the left side. Sammy with a count of 2-2, folks. Yep, the Impossible. Thanks, guys. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off of Sammy's leg, and let's see how he reacts to this. Let's see how Sammy reacts to this. Sammy, pick up the bat. Walk around the batter's box for about 15 seconds, like everybody else does, and get your butt back in there, buddy. Not only that, it hit off. He's got protection where that ball fouled off of his front leg. He's got a brace there. It could have been worse, Sammy. Get back in that box. Okay, he's back in there. 2-2 the count. The pitch. And Sammy hits a high fly ball to right. It's going to hang up there, though. 2 steps in front of the track. Rayleigh makes the catch. 1 away. Folks. Yeah, folks, if you want to get some sort of insight about Thailand, I would recommend a movie like The Impossible over something like The Hangover Part 2. Because it really does show how Thai people here. Here's a bunt attempt by Taveras. It looks like it was foul, and it is ruled foul, even though the catcher did throw down to first with Taveras breaking down the line there. He'll go back to the plate after a foul ball. But yeah, if you really want to know what the Thai people are like here, you face a crisis, and they will put their lives on the line for you to help get you out of a jam. So, yeah, that's why sometimes, folks, if you see me react a little bit sensitively to some of the jokes that are made about some of the stereotypes of this country, I do get a little bit uptight about it because the people here are just outstanding. Anywhere you go, you've got your fair share of jerk-offs, you got your fair share of salt-of-the-earth people. But it's been my experience that it's just a very, if there's trouble, people come together and help each other out here. I saw it during COVID. That was definitely an example. 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2 on Taveras. COVID wasn't easy out here, folks. Taveras 0 for 3 tonight. The pitch popped up just outside of the infield. The shortstop, Emerson, with the catch. 2 down. The Orioles have one more out, and then it's on to the ninth inning to try to get those 3 outs and secure a victory, folks. All right. The batter. Who's up? Is that Cowser? The milkman takes outside for ball 1. Folks, a few more cows tonight. Bring them up in the chat. Folks, we're 8 likes away from 200. 8 away from 200 likes. If you haven't done it already, now's the time. Swing and a miss. 1-1 on Cowser. Go find Inky Sir in Thailand. Who the hell is that? You would help double my stream count. In what way? How is a random Thai woman going to help me double my baseball audience? I need more info. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cowser. Bases empty, 2 down. The pitch, hit in the air, left side, it'll get out of play. Not a whole lot of people here in the ballpark, folks. Andrew Kittredge is up. We're going to go to Kittredge to close. It appears Kittredge has leapfrogged Garcia in terms of leverage in the bullpen. Cowser swings and misses and strikes out. Folks, we are going to the 9th. We need 2 runs. We need 2 runs. We need 3 outs, up by 2 runs to split this series. Let's go. Just for her visual presence. Ah, I see. A hot Thai woman on the channel with me is going to punch up the numbers. What's her incentive? What the hell would her incentive be to be on a baseball live stream? I don't know. Folks. All right, so we've arrived to the 9th inning. This is the part of the game. By the way, we just hit 200 likes. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it.
I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
It's been a few games since we got into 200 likes, so very nice to see that. Thank you to everybody for helping out there. What was I going to say? Oh, my lower back is starting to hurt again. Here we go again. What was I going to do? I totally lost my train of thought. Folks, I forgot, and now I got to just, I don't know. My mind is blank. Yeah, I see it right here. Magnitude 7.8 earthquake back on June the 8th at 6:37 a.m. local time. It affected Indonesia, the Philippines, and Malaysia. I see the sort of the ground zero and the what do you call it? The spread, the ripple effect. I guess Thailand, the Gulf of Thailand, safely out of the way of that. But again, even with it being over there, depending on where it is, depending on how large it is, and some other factors, it can cause a tsunami. But we're supposed to have a system here in place where, unless you're just in a coma, you should be given some amount of a heads up, you know, kind of like a tornado watch if you live out in Oklahoma or something. Folks, we're in the 9th inning. Kittredge is on the mound, and he's in here to close the door.
Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
I do have a tushy cushion, Janet. I do sit on a pillow now, but it's still too damn hard. Here's a ground ball to second, folks. Holiday, routine play, 1 away. 2 more outs to go for a win streak, folks. Kittredge gets the first out on an easy grounder to second. Now it's Julio Rodriguez's turn. Naylor is due up third. So Kittredge is not facing the easy part of the order here. First pitch slider right in there for strike one. Julio with a multi-hit night, a couple of singles. He's also walked. The 0-1 swing and a ground ball to third, and it's booted over there. Oh, no. Into shallow left, and Rodriguez will be able to go to second base. Blaze Alexander was brought in as a defensive replacement for Mayo, and a rare, badly played ball there by Blaze on the infield. This was a high bouncer that he had to backhand just as the ball was about to make its second bounce, and he just whiffed it. Absolutely whiffed on the backhand. I mean, he did get a piece of it. But we're going to have to work around that one-out double. And we're going after Josh Naylor here. First pitch, Naylor up the middle. Right to Gunnar, though. He should have his second out at first. He does. Runner moves up to third, but that run really doesn't matter with the way things are right now. We are 2 outs in the ninth. One more wins us the ball game. Oh, I've been off screen like forever. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that I'm not on the screen. Here's a ground ball to Gunnar. One bounce. Throw it to first. In time. Ball game over. The Orioles in the win column. 2 straight nights. Arozarena grounds out on one pitch. Kittredge gets the save. Final score, Orioles 7, Mariners 5. Folks, we're winning. And might I add that since the channel reached 5,000 subscribers, we are undefeated. How about them apples? Folks!
Magic, 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 magic. Orioles magic, magic.
7 hits for the Orioles tonight, but they still managed to put 7 runs on the board. So the first thing I want to see is men left on base. The Orioles only left 3 men on base tonight. They really made the most of what they got. 7 runs on 7 hits with just 3 men left on base. The Mariners, they out-hit us. They had 9 hits, but they left 8 men on base. And that is the story of the ballgame, I believe. Tyler Wells gets the win. He went 3 scoreless innings in relief. Fantastic work from him. Bryan Woo will get the loss. His record now even at 5-5. He only went 5 innings, gave up 7 earned runs on 7 hits and a walk. And Kittredge with the save. Apparently that's his first of the season. And apparently that's your new closer for now. It won't last long, folks. Ryan Helsley already underway with a rehab assignment that started this afternoon, and he had 3 strikeouts in his only inning. So Helsley probably back in about a week, and when he is, he goes straight back into the closer role. But for now, if I'm reading things right, Rico Garcia has been a little bit more human lately, maybe a little bit below what you want out of your relievers. Rico has been touched up a bit, so it looks like Alvarez is going to take a step back with Rico and try to give Kittredge a chance to close games here, at least for the next week. Folks, so Bradish went 4 innings. They were not good. 7 hits and 3 walks. That's 2.5 base runners per inning. He had 5 strikeouts, but he gave up 5 earned runs. His ERA is now up to 4.30. Tyler Wells again with the 3 scoreless innings. He's at a 3.55 ERA, 4 strikeouts, no hits and a walk in those 3 innings. Fantastic. Rico Garcia gave up a couple of hits, but none of them scored. He got a couple of outs, and then Grant Wolfram got the final out of that 8th inning. So those two combined to get 3 outs there. And then Kittredge for the 9th. He only had to throw 6 pitches. All of them were for strikes and made it a pretty easy save there in the bottom of the 9th. For the offense, Taylor Ward, 2 more walks tonight, along with a single. Oh, I'm sorry, a walk and a hit by pitch. That's not the first time I made that mistake tonight either. A walk and a hit by pitch, which, by the way, still counts to your on-base percentage. So good on Ward. So he reached base 3 times tonight. Gunnar Henderson, 0 for 3. He did get a walk tonight, but 0 for 3, no hits. He did score a run. Adley Rutschman with a big night, 3 RBI to lead the team, 2 for 3. And he's the only batter with multiple hits on the night. So Rutschman, your offensive player of the game. Alonso got his 14th home run of the season tonight. He had a couple of RBI, scored a run, went 1 for 4. Sammy went 0 for 4, as did Taveras. So that part of the order really was quiet. 0 for 8 combined between the 5 and 6 hitters. Colton Cowser, though, hit a home run tonight. I believe that was his 7th, if I'm not mistaken. A solo shot. He went 1 for 4. Mayo 1 for 3 before being lifted as a defensive replacement by Blaze Alexander. Did Blaze get credited for an error there? The Orioles do have an error on the board. Just making sure that's on Blaze. Yep, that's an E5 on Blaze. Right. Alonso hit his 15th tonight. I'm sorry, I might have said 14th. 15 home runs now for Alonso. Cowser's up to 7. And that pretty much wraps up the box score here. With the heat and humidity tonight, despite some rain in there as well, you could definitely tell the ball was traveling. And a couple of the home runs the Mariners hit, you got to wonder if the weather was a little bit different, if those balls would have left the yard. But either way, Kyle Bradish, for the first time in his career, giving up 3 home runs in 1 start. But we let him off the hook. Tyler Wells and the bullpen bailed him out, and the offense held on to that initial 5-0 lead and added a couple more on. So we never did... I'm sorry, 6-1 lead we took in the bottom of the 3rd. They scored 4 in the next inning to make it 6-5, but we never lost the lead once we took it in the 3rd. And of course, that's pretty important. That's thanks to the bullpen. And yeah, that's pretty much how this game went, folks. With that win, the Orioles are now 70 games into the season with a record of 33-37. The Blue Jays, they didn't play tonight, correct? So we are half a game behind Toronto for 3rd place in the East. I'm not bothering to look at the wild card. Again, folks, I'm not one to really care about the wild card at this stage of the season, at least until the team itself is playing 500 ball. Apparently, Olivia Rodrigo is dropping a new album tonight, and Oriole beat writer Jake Rill is excited about it. Okay. That was the last thing I expected to see when I went over to Twitter. Folks, all right, so look, the Padres are coming to town starting tomorrow night, and the Padres, from what I've been told, offensively have really been struggling this year. You hope that trend will continue and that our offense doesn't need to put up 6 or 7 runs to get the job done. I mean, we'd love for them to do it, but we also like to be able to, just win by shutting the other team down and scoring 4 runs or whatever and calling it a day. Here are the pitching matchups for this upcoming series. The Orioles have not announced. No, they did announce. So this is not updated. I'm running back to Rock's Twitter page because the Orioles did announce starters for all 3 games earlier today. I just got to backtrack to find it. There it is. Trey Gibson will start that middle game. Okay, so starting tomorrow night, Shane Baz will face Griffin Canning. Canning with a record of 0-4 and a 6.34 ERA. So that sounds promising. Game 2 will have Trey Gibson against Randy Vasquez. Vasquez 5-4 with a 3.63 ERA. He's looking like the toughest of these 3 Padre pitchers. Final game on Sunday, Trevor Rogers against Walker Buehler, who was with the Red Sox last year, if memory serves. Came up with the Dodgers. Buehler now on the Padres, 3-3 record of 4.33 ERA. But tomorrow night, again, game 1 of this series. I think I forgot to update the scrolling text at the bottom of my screen. But that first game tomorrow night will have a start time of 7:05 p.m., which I think is the actual start time. The start time listed tonight was 7, and the first pitch was like 7:12. Tomorrow's game starts later, but will actually start sooner. As hypocritical as that statement might sound, because this is a non-ESPN game, and that first pitch time actually means first pitch. So tomorrow, 7:05 p.m. first pitch will be on the air at 6:45 p.m. for the pregame rituals, okay? Anybody got anything else on their minds? 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Thank you, Scott. Again, we were awful in that department. Folks, we were averaging about 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position over those 4 losses to a combined like 4 for 41 stretch in that situation. But we had less than half the amount of chances, but we made good on 3 of the 4. And that's a good thing. Here's a replay of that deep 3 and then the follow-through tip-in for that Knicks comeback last night. That really was insane. Absolutely insane. How do you blow a 29-point lead in the second half? Absolutely nuts. Folks, all right, let's see who else is streaming right now. Oh, is the NHL finals, Stanley Cup finals are on right now? Let's see who's streaming. Stream, 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 stream when I am blue and I'm bored. I go to YouTube for something more. Whenever I want to, all I have to do is stream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine anytime, night or day. Folks, there's nobody on because there's no games on. Nobody's on. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so. I could die, I love you so. And that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Or stream. Folks, it's time to go. I got nowhere to send you, so go to sleep. Sleep now. Sleep now. We have a big weekend coming up. Padres are coming to town. I want every bird watcher here on time, reporting for duty, ready to cheer this team on. Folks, that's going to do it. Until tomorrow, this has been the BirdWatcher. Oh, I forgot to say thank you. Thank you to the mods in the Charm City chat for the work you guys always do. Thanks. We got a super chat in here tonight as well. Thank you for that. The new subscribers, helping us get the like count over to 200. All that stuff. Very, 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 very cool. We'll pick it up again tomorrow, folks. We are 70 games into the baseball season. We've got 92 to go. Let's go. See you tomorrow night, folks. Until then, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Final score, Orioles 7, Mariners 5. Take it easy, folks.